What is up, everyone? What is up? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone has had a good week. It's just nothing special. It's okay week. Nothing too strenuous, nothing too crazy. Slow week. A slow week at work for me, but it's cool. It's a cool week. Nothing crazy. I always say, you know what? When a no stress kind of week is a good week for me. So, did I have any stresses? Not particularly. Now let me try and review the week. Not particularly. So I think I'm good. All right, let's get started. I think I have a decent live for you tonight. I think I have a decent live for you guys tonight. All right. We'll definitely be talking about a lot of things tonight, but I want to reiterate something that I've said plenty of times, but I always like to say it over again. I believe, right? This is my personal opinion, that everything after feminism, right? Once the creation of feminism, right? The starting point of feminism, okay? Everything after that, okay? Once the starting point of feminism, everything after that, I like to say that it's women's fault. Because I believe that because of women meddling. It's still the results and consequences of women meddling, okay? You can say anything, right? Government, how family is, how social life is, how money, the economy, everything. It is pretty much the results of feminism, the results of women having their hand in each and every cookie jar. So that includes if women complain about things, it's not because of men. I'm sorry. Right? You had the chance, right? Before feminism, you could blame everything on men because men had the cookie jar was always in men's possession. Let's say that, okay? You could arguably argue for it's men's fault. Okay? Everything. You could, because essentially no one else had a hand in shaping anything. Now, even average men were suffering, but still you can still say that men in general had a hand in shaping the world because, they were the ones in power. Now, you can't. You can't. Because I believe a lot of men, most men in general, have taken a step back. It is women leading the forefront. It is women shaping the world. It is women having their hand in every cookie jar. Even if there's a powerful man or powerful men, still, women's voices, women's activism, whatever. Women's power in society has shaped society. So I want to preface that by tonight, we will see, like always, a lot of women complaining about things, a lot of women doing certain things, but at the end of the day, can't blame men. Gotta blame women. So, to start out, let's check out this video. I think it looks like an interesting video. I've seen some clips on it, so I think it would be good.
Fair enough. You guys know me. Call me Shape, YouTuber, podcaster extraordinaire, ladies man, if I would say.
You're both funny.
I'm sorry.
Clearly a comedian too, right?
Absolutely.
And I'm from Jersey, baby.
Jersey in the
Sexy
South.
County, Middlesex County, Sexy County, Central Jersey.
I'm Tina. I'm from West Philly. That's all I got for y'all.
Nice. Okay. Let's get everybody's ages on the table.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How you gonna do that?
Ooh.
Well, you are up here. I mean, we all sit up here. I guess that is important.
Yeah, it is.
I'm in my 30s.
Okay.
Seriously, how this is. You know what? When women do that shit, right? I'm in my 30s. Most likely, you are in your late 30s. because this is the problem, right? When women say, "Oh, women's value don't decrease with age," yet their actions themselves show you. You know that in society, your age decreases, right? I mean, your value decreases with age, plain and simple. This is why you are so embarrassed, so insecure, right, with saying your age. In your 30s, we know that you're most likely your mid to late 30s.
That means late 30s.
Yeah.
I am too, though. I'm 37. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I'm 34.
Nice.
Yeah. Grown folks.
We are grown.
Right. Okay. All right. I like to start the question with, are you single?
Yes, I'm single.
Why?
I'm an intelligent person.
The hell are you talking about? How does being intelligent equate to you being single? Are you autistic intelligent? It's like, what a God. This is the thing where seriously, women are. This is the problem, right? Even the most intelligent women are such a bad representation on women. It really is. No one wants her. Steve, what's up, my brother? She's showing it.
Oh my! You definitely have to explain that one. How does that relate?
I'm single. You want to know why I'm single?
Yeah, why you're single?
I think it's hard to find a partner when I have such a concrete perception of how I want to live my life. And it's hard to find a person to collaborate with me to help that manifest.
Right. So you kind of want a man to fit into your program, in a nutshell.
That's why it's really hard.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, men, no, we don't want to
We're
film.
gonna get back to that.
Yeah, we don't want to fit one of those
Maybe.
lives.
And your status.
I mean,
A woman in her late 30s pretty much has become the man that she wants. Pretty much has become honestly a woman that men cannot stand. Okay? And the men that would be on her level, she doesn't attract. Or she doesn't attract for a commitment.
I got to see something better though. Like maybe I could switch the program, but I have to see something better. And the majority of the time, the average man doesn't show me better than what I can do for myself.
That's the thing. The average man. We have an epidemic. We have a serious epidemic where we have average ass women thinking that they are above average. Why? Because they make money? So what? You're not providing for a man, so your money means jack shit. And this is the problem, right? This is the delusion of women. Your money means what? Nothing. You don't provide for a man. You're not paying for a man. So your money making you above average. No, it doesn't. Not above average in other men's eyes. Maybe in your own eyes because you want a man with money. So a man with money is above average to you. But a woman with money is not above average for men.
Oh, we're gonna walk this back soon. Okay. And why are you single?
Pretty much the same reason.
We're not gonna ask him why he's single?
I know he just
Ladies first.
Oh.
Even when you're right, you're wrong.
But pretty much the same reason.
You can't find a man to fit in your program?
Not all right. So all right.
You know, I'm not saying that this is all black women, right? I'm not saying this is all black women because of course, there has to be some that's not, right? But I've said this plenty of times, right? If you watch me, you guys know I've dated predominantly black women. Again, this is not all, but god damn, I think this is most. I think this mentality is most. In the black community, black women are so goddamn masculine, so egotistical, like they're so full of themselves. I'm sorry, what masculine men, what man that's on his grind, on his shit, wants to deal with women like this? I have to follow your game plan I have to follow your views of the world. Then you want a man that's like, you want a man that's a follower, right? You want a man that follows you, and but you won't be attracted to those type of men.
I guess not the same reason. I just feel like a lot of these people are not being honest with themselves.
Mhm.
It's like, if you can't be honest with yourself, how are you supposed to be honest with me?
Mhm.
And it's like I'm coming across it a lot, and I'm big on integrity. So it's like,
Okay. So you find
Big on integrity. This is the problem with a lot of. This might be a turning point. What is that? What video? What is that one? Oh, I'll definitely check that out. Steve, I'll definitely check that one out. I'll put it on my list. Yeah, I'll definitely check her out. I'll put it on my list. I'll definitely look at it and see if it's, if I do a stream or not on it, or a video on it. But thank you, Steve. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you for the love.
some lying ass men out here.
yeah, pretty much. I guess.
It's all good. It's all good. No, I don't mind.
Good enough. Good enough. Go ahead, Shake. What you got?
Me, I'm single, but I'm dating.
You dating?
Yeah, I'm dating.
See,
I'm not in any long-term commitments, but
would you prefer to be in a long-term commitment, or
when the time is right. When the time is right, but I'm enjoying the company I have with some women I'm talking to. So shout out to them.
How many first dates do you go on?
I try not to do more than 3.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wait. I'm confused. How many first dates?
That's dates
do you
before
go-
sex, right?
Mhm.
First dates
You know
means
what I
dates.
mean.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
means dates before sex. I try not to do more than 3 dates before sex. So, but it happens sometimes.
Okay.
You gotta nip those in the butt though.
How many first dates do you go?
I don't date.
You don't date?
Yeah, not right now.
Cobwebs.
Okay.
It's not cobwebs, but I don't. Yeah,
You,
I
you don't.
date.
You don't.
She's
I
date.
was in a
So,
relationship for a long time.
what's a long time?
9 years.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ooh,
How small was that go?
Off and on.
How
off
small
and
was it?
on. Okay, that sounds tumultuous.
Yeah, it was tumultuous.
What happened?
I took a lot of accountability.
We'll see.
We just didn't work out. He was younger than me too. I will
How
give
much
him grace
younger?
for that. 6 years younger than me.
He was 6 years younger than
Yeah.
you. Man, well, how old was he at the time?
He was like 24 at the time,
He was 24.
and I was late 20s. However, he had better qualities as a younger person than I saw in my peers at the time. And I actually still do
Wait.
see in there. Yeah.
You said he was 24
He was 24 at the time I was in my
when you met, or when
yeah,
you ended?
23. Yeah. He was 23
When
when
you
I
met.
met him.
Okay.
And he was in his 30s when we ended.
Okay.
Yeah,
You said you had a 6-year difference?
yeah, we had a 6-year difference.
Damn, you was
So
robbing a cradle. It's like
Maybe, yeah.
Sugar
So I
vibes.
did give him, so that explains the time, because I was giving
Right.
him some like time to like do his thing or whatever. And it was a good type of relationship for me, because it was like it was kind of arm's length too.
And how long did the relationship last, you said?
Off and on for about 9 years.
9 years. Okay. And when did you end it?
Recently.
Like less than a year ago?
Yeah, less than a year
Okay.
ago.
She just gave out her age. I got all the information for you. Those who are good at math, there you go. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
So, yeah.
But
So she's about 37.
all right. So I get that part of it. So you said you take accountability, and
Yeah.
you're saying it was the age gap.
I
For the
think it
most
was the
part.
age gap. Yeah.
You wanted a lot more.
Yeah. By the
Then
time he got
accountability.
to a point that I felt like he should have been at, he wasn't there. Like, he didn't meet that mark.
Okay.
And I realized it wasn't about his age. This is just the type of person he is.
Right. That happens. Yeah. Some people are
Yeah.
just not ambitious. And
Yeah, and it took me a really long time to figure that out.
Were you
and I
trying to
wasted
build
a
it
lot
there?
of time. I wasn't trying to build, because he was already at a point. He was already at a point.
What does that mean?
He fit where he was accomplished to be a young person, but then he hit a cap and just didn't do anything after that.
I think on and off is like this is the ego of a lot of average ass women, right? No matter what, it's the guy's fault. Yeah, this is the ego of a lot of average women. You're not good enough, right? The grass is greener. You're not good enough. You're just not good enough for them, right? Like she said, a cap. It's like this is the problem we have, right? Average ass women thinking average men are beneath them.
Does that make sense?
It does. It does make sense what you're saying, but it doesn't make sense to do that. And
Right. I'm not excusing it. It doesn't make sense to do that, but it was the
yeah, and
situation.
maybe you didn't know, and that's
Yeah.
fine, right? We learn sometimes our parents don't prepare us for what relationships are supposed to be like, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Mine didn't, right? I
Mhm.
ran into a buzzsaw. I had a lot of bad things happen to me before I found my way, so I could understand that. I've made several mistakes, and the one thing that I've learned, the most valuable thing that I've learned, is you can't bring happiness to someone else. Happiness comes from within,
Absolutely.
and you can't motivate someone. Motivation comes from within.
I learned that a very
Yeah.
hard
'Cause-
way.
and I think that's a mistake that a lot of young ladies make. I'm glad you were at least transparent enough to say that you were the complete cause of that, because men do cap out. One thing I always refer to is a bell curve,
Mm.
and most men are always going to be average. It's always been that way since the beginning of time. It's always going to be that way. There is no deviation. There's always been the bell curves. There are some people who will excel,
Mhm.
and there are very few people who will be like that. Then there's going to be a decent amount of people who suck at life, and then most of us are going to be the average,
Okay.
right? So if we were talking about incomes or something, what would be acceptable for you?
I mean,
Love?
uh, uh, I'm not gonna say like
You have a number because you very calculated. You have a plan. At this point, you have it. You could say
I
it's
just
okay.
want
We
somebody
won't
to
judge.
be able to.
Yeah, but you know what that lifestyle brings. Just bring the number out. Don't do it. Just go ahead.
I mean, like, all right. So I prefer black men,
Got it. And the average is what?
and I
In the
understand that black men
low
don't
to mid
earn
40s.
the
Yeah,
way
low to
that
mid
they
40s is the
everybody.
average.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I would, my last partner was a black man, and he was like upper 90s because of the science.
Seriously? This damn ass bitch like left a man because he made 90 and that was it? That was his cap? I swear to God. I mean, like, this is the shit, right? This is the shit I get pissed at. Right? A man that makes 90K, is fucking above average, right? A black man that makes 90K? I swear to God. I mean, like, I mean, I said this, right? Not all black women. Okay, I'm saying it. Not all black women, but there's so many. It feels like black men's worst enemy are black women. How the hell do you leave a above average man? That's above average. The average black man, right? The medium income for a black man is about 40 to 50K. 40 to 50K is the medium average for a black man. And this woman said that her man, her ex that made 90K had a cap. So she had to leave him. The man was 30, right? Around 30, made 90K. Whiskey, what is up, my brother? What is up? And that's the thing where, but here's the thing, 80K, that's still above average. That's still above average. I swear to God, this is the problem, right? I promote, right? I push. Being average men are good, right? It's a good thing to be average, right? Because that's most of us. Most of us are average. So to put down being average is idiotic. But then you put down men that are technically above average. He may not be like extremely above average, like over 100K, but 90K a year at age 30. And this woman left him because he had a cap. It is insane. Absolute hypergamy will be the ruin of women. Go ahead and try the other side of the fence, but you ain't coming. And that's the thing, right? That's the thing. It's like women. I swear to, and this is a thing I feel, and she has the audacity to say, "I love black men, but black men have a cap." I was like,
and stuff like that. But like,
Wait,
So why is that stuck though?
wait,
Yeah, there's a lot of
that math ain't math.
holes in here.
He was in the 90s, like 90,000
He might have.
around
Was it 90?
somewhere around there, somewhere
Maybe.
You
around
know how
that.
much he made too? It was
He
in the, it
knows
was,
the
it
field.
was in the group
Right.
chat.
Okay, so
That-
he's making about 90 racks, but
His
you felt
paycheck
like
was in the group
he
chat.
or
wasn't where he was supposed to be in
not
life?
90. I said that's where you asked me, not his paycheck. You asked me where I would do in general
Oh, that's what
with
you
black
want.
men.
Okay,
yeah.
good enough. Okay, that's not where he was.
His wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't at 90K.
Okay.
He had a great trajectory though, but like I feel like with my thing, like, you know, I understand
this woman got better be able to better tell fucking stories.
this economy,
Right.
and I'm
So you're asking for a man that's making pretty much double the average salary.
yeah,
Okay, good enough. Are there any superficial things that you like?
superficial things that no, I mean,
So you would date a guy
I'm
that's 5'5"?
relating. If he's 5'5" and he's a gangster, yeah, I would date
He's
him.
What does that mean?
gangster.
He's a
Yeah.
gangster? What is
Like
a
he
gangster.
comes, he is who he says he is. He is a proud person. He has integrity. He is loyal.
You saying gangsters have integrity and loyalty? You stupid ass woman.
People respect him. I would date somebody who's 5'5".
Okay.
And
Does
a
he have to
gangster.
look a certain way?
His word is bond.
Any personality traits? What do you expect?
I would prefer somebody who is progressively black.
Okay.
In regard to understanding everything that's going on with our political climate, who he is, his positionality as a black American man in this world. Like I would like somebody to really understand and hone in on that and live through that, because I feel like as a black woman, I lived through that. And I think that would be a good match for me.
Okay. So, I mean, outside of the money, which is I find to be wildly unreasonable. No, really.
But
Wildly
some
unreasonable.
like black men are earning,
There are some men that are making that, right? But that's exceptional. That's exceptional.
There's black men that are earning.
You're right.
Yeah.
What percentage of black men are earning?
That's probably, I would say that's definitely top.
Yeah, whiskey. I mean, gangsters have no integrity. They're criminals. Like literally, their whole mindset is no integrity.
20%, lower than
Less
that.
than
At least
that.
like top 15 at the
Yeah.
at least top 15%, right?
Yeah.
That's exceptional. So,
People are engineers.
No, we
my
get it. We
cousins
get
are
it. We get it. We
engineers.
get it. We get it.
Like
right. I
yeah.
understand all that.
My daughter's in school right now, in pre-med for medical, so she's gonna go into that. It's not
No, that's
it's
cool.
not like
I get it.
unfathomable to
no,
me.
they-
It's not unfathomable, but
Yeah.
you have to be extremely intentional about it. And right now,
You're
not
right.
even, you're not even willing to date, right? And the clock is ticking. And then
What clock is ticking? Whose clock? Like what clock is it?
Men's clock, the clock that men set.
biological clock,
Yeah.
meaning
The
that-
clock-
What biological clock?
We-
I have my child that I love and I never want to reproduce again. What's the clock that's
So you
ticking?
wanna-
wait, so then you're not even trying to offer children? You could go ahead and get him.
So let me jump in this. So
Wait, you said try to offer children. Do you understand? I know we're not getting into politics. I understand that we're not getting into politics.
No, I said children. I
But
said
do you
politics.
understand? But this is in regard to children. Do you understand what's happening in our country? Smart people would not be having children right now. No matter.
smart people would not be
What?
having children.
Are we for real?
Yes.
I think you think smart people are a monolith. I
Wow.
think they think
So you
smart
want
people all
the,
agree.
so as much as you're into black people, you want the race to
Understand.
die off?
Our race will never die off.
They would never die off.
Yeah.
So
Our
then you
race
just
will
want
never-
so then you
black
just
men-
want stupid people to have
Children.
children. So then we're just a bunch of stupid black
No,
generation for
So
the-
no one should have children?
no.
So
Yes.
who should have children?
I think that
But
we
who's
should.
in position to
to
do
ha-
so?
to-
How's
I think that people
So
who should
smart
have
peop-
children, who have the resources and the energy, the emotional regulation to have children. This country does
Mental
not
health.
foster people who are.
You already have a daughter. Did you fit those requirements? The stupidity of this woman. I'm sorry. This is why. You know what? When you listen, I'm sorry, right? I'm sorry. Like I don't mean it, but I guess I kind of mean it. When a lot of women talk, they sound more stupid than should be. And I'm saying this in a way that I've talked to many smart women, right? I've had very good intellectual conversations with women. But why is it that women online, when they talk, they sound so freaking stupid? Smart people aren't having kids. But XY, my sister, XY. So let's play that argument. Just like they were saying, right? You said smart people aren't having kids. Is that a smart thing? Because let me say this, right? If you're so smart, how come your life isn't stable, right? How come your life isn't stable? So that's one, doesn't seem smart. Two, I mean, like, are you emotionally ready? I mean, it's like, if you're smart, you should have so many other qualities, right? That would facilitate you being, creating a good family. But also, like they were saying, okay, so the stupid people are going to have kids, and that's why they are going to outpopulate the smart ones. That makes sense. That's smart.
Financially stable, emotionally stable, and who have the
Okay.
resources and the time, the compassion to foster healthy children. That's
Yeah.
why everybody is depressed. Everybody's doing, you know what I mean? Like kids are all out of control. Everybody's on the
One, I don't think everyone's depressed. Two, be better parents. You are literally a parent yourself. So unless you're saying that you are a shitty parent, then okay, don't have more kids. Where's the intelligence? Where's the intelligence that? No, it's not a smart thing for economy and personally. What? I don't understand that. It's not a smart thing for economy and personally. Why? Because if you were smart, you would be economically, well off, right? I mean, it doesn't make sense for stupid people or smart people to be poor. That doesn't quite correlate on average, right? If you're smart, to be poor is kind of, I mean, unless you're born into it, that's different, right? But with intelligence, you can get out of poverty with intelligence level. So that really don't make sense. Economically, you should do well if you are intelligent. David, love your vibes on the stream. Thank you.
and everybody's on welfare. It's a bunch of kids in the foster system. Why would you bring more?
Everyone's not on welfare. I mean, are you? He was talking about you, right? He was talking about you. So now you want to go talk about in general. It's kind of like weird in that sense.
More in there
Okay.
for some man's ego.
Got it. So
You got to be human. Sometimes
It's not a smart thing to not have kids for economic reasons and personally overall. I don't get that, right? It's not a smart thing to not have kids for economic. You're not having kids for. I mean, first of all, I mean, kids are never like a okay. If you're saying like kids would be an economic drain, but kids have always been an economic drain. But again, if you're smart, right? If you're smart, you would get with a smart person, right? I mean, like, think about it in a logical sense. If you're smart, your partner most likely should be smart. If two people are intelligent, shouldn't they're more likely to be financially stable? See, that's the thing. Unless you're stupid, understandable, right? Stupid people shouldn't be, producing in this economy. 100% agree. But if you're smart, that still don't make sense. Right? Because you gotta think intelligence level. So what? Right? And personally, I don't really understand that. What do you mean by personally you shouldn't have kids? I don't know.
felt like
with
black
that,
men
right?
aren't being human.
So I realized you were robbing the cradle before, but at this point in your life, I would imagine you would go older, like a lot older, particularly that you don't want
No,
children.
not a lot older. No.
Okay. Well, what ages are you seeking?
I liked my younger person. I like
Yeah,
the
but you can't do that anymore.
yes I
Why
can. I could date
not?
another early 30s man. Yes I can.
Is actually right. I can tell. I can
may-
show you on my
maybe-
check-in day 3.
I mean,
Yeah.
listen, so just because you have access to men doesn't necessarily mean that they would want to be with you forever, right? So I think that's
It's smart to not have kids in today's economy with everything so expensive. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's not like I don't see your point, right? I see your point. Red Door, what's up, my sister? What is up? It's not like I don't see your point, but kids have never been a mean of financial decision, right? You know, so I don't know. I don't see it like that. I mean, I get your position. I understand it for the economic, but again, I believe kids are more fulfilling, right? However, you should still have kids for fulfillment purpose. Like exactly what I said, right? We were on the same wavelength, right? It's kids are still more fulfilling than, let's say, living a life with materialism, right? So, you know, yeah, we're on the same wavelength. Again, I believe smart people are usually, because here's the thing, right? I was talking to this couple, right? They were extremely smart and really morally sound. They were good people, right? Yet they were unsure having kids, but then everyone around them were having kids, right? And I said this, right? You got to think beyond. If you're smart, right? You got to think beyond yourself. If you have kids, you produce most likely a better next generation legacy, right? Liam, yes, it's legacy, right? You are producing the next generation. Hopefully, because you are smart, you are intelligent, you are producing well-off kids, productive future adults. Why leave the stupid people, right? The financially unstable people having kids? I never understand that. It's not smart to me.
Why
That's
why
a
would you think
misconception.
that I want to be with men forever? I think it's
What?
hard for men. Like now I'm sitting here, it's not that you're being delusional. It's really it's really hard for you to conceptualize that there's some women who do not put you at the forefront, who think that men are baggage, who think that men are like stunters of manifestation. Like I
Right.
can't achieve the things I don't want with this male energy around. It's stale. And I feel like
And and no wonder, right? I've said this, right? I'm a big supporter. You know what? I agree. XY, I agree with you, right? Smart people are typically selfish. I can't agree. I could agree with that. So we are definitely on the same wavelength. This is the thing where I find a lot of women, you know, I've been a big supporter, right? I support women to just stay single. I mean, hopefully single and childless, but this woman is now a single mother. Fine. Producing the next generation, great. Sure. It is what it is. But I say this, women like this, they're better off single, right? They are honestly just not fit to be partners.
that's something that y'all really try to like not y'all, I'm sorry. Sometimes some men really try to convince themselves that women don't put men at the forefront.
So I realize that there are some women
Life
like
is
that.
so exciting. Like life is exciting when you have resources, and this is for men and women. When you have resources, like it doesn't matter. You're not sitting looking for a love, like a life partner when you're healthy and you have resources and you have opportunities to learn and grow and evolve. Like men will never be at the forefront when a woman has all that access.
All right. So I understand what you're saying, right? But that's not the majority of women, right? I realize that there are some like that. I've interviewed hundreds of
I
women by
think
now.
that
And I've
women are
spoken to many women like that.
it's picking up. The
But
wheels is turning in a lot of girls, a lot of young women too. Like
Fine, right? I've said this before. This is a thing where men in the West, you can't change women, and you shouldn't try. You shouldn't try or want to change women. Let them, right? A lot of Western women. This is why I did the, I usually do a prompt, right? Modern Western women should just stay single. Modern Western women should just stay single. They are honestly have the mindset that makes them incompatible to be in relationships. So I've said this before. because I don't believe in changing women. I don't believe in changing them, right? They are who they are. Just walk away. It's MGTOW or passport. That is it. I'm sorry. That is my, I don't usually do prescription, but that is my prescription, right? MGTOW or passport. Focus on yourself and then find a woman. Travel the world. Get a passport and travel the world because you don't want to change women. I've said, do not want to change anybody. I'm sorry. And a lot of modern women, they have the mentality that's not fit to be a partner. They're not, which is fine, right? Which is fine. I'm not criticizing it. It is what it is. But a lot of men need to wake up. You are dealing with modern day feminists.
You see this new movement. I think young women are even more hostile to me. Like, you know what I mean? They not playing no games. They run a tight game, strict rules. It's not just something that's like, I understand that.
And you know what? And this is the thing where black men are seeing it. This is why black men, I mean, I'm not saying black men started the passport movement, but black men are at the forefront of the passport bro movement. Black men are at the forefront of passport bro movement because black men see this shit. Black men see this shit. So black men, they're gone. They're done, right? Because why deal with this headache? Because again, why deal with this energy, this chaos? Because you can't change her and you shouldn't. You shouldn't try to change her. All you do is walk away. That is it.
It might seem coveted right now, but I think it is a mentality that is growing immensely amongst women all across the board to decenter men and understand that they are
This is
not.
hysterical, man. I want you to keep going.
I'll just have one more thing to say. Do you
Just
not
keep
think
digging.
do you
Just
not
keep
think
digging.
that this is going to be a detriment to
No,
the
men have to evolve.
forget the nuclear
No,
family, then you have to
men have
forget
to evolve.
community,
How are you going to do it?
society as a
No,
whole.
I don't. Men have to evolve. How are you going to do it? If you guys have to die off because you don't procreate and no one reproduces with you, and then
Well, no,
that's what
that's not a
happens.
thing anymore, right?
Men have to die off.
China already has
I mean, what do you think, XY? Right? You said, oh my God, passport bros. Really? Do you think that men should be getting with women like this? I mean, like, she doesn't even, like, this is the thing, right? I said it. I said it. Don't change women. So women like this, right? A lot of modern day women don't want men, or they don't think average men are good enough. So what is your prescription, XY? Right? Because most people will always be average people. Most people will always be average people. So in your view, to solve or to a prescription for men is just to, you know what? Suffer in the West, and just die off, right? Suffer in the West, be alone, and just die off. That is a woman's prescription to men. Makes sense. Men will love that, right? Hey, men, since women in the West don't want you, you should stay in the West and just die off, right? Suffer in silence, suffer in loneliness, and just die off. Right? We don't care about your happiness. You don't need to get happy. You don't need to be happy. Right? You don't need to find happiness. You don't need to find fulfillment, right? With family, with a loved one. Just die off. Great prescription. How about do better? Okay, XY. Do you think in this world, average people will like, in the sense that do better, what does that mean? Right? What does do better mean? Most people, 80% of people will always be average, right? 80% of people, in my opinion, right? This is just an opinion. Most people will always be average. To do better is what? What does that mean? Right? What does that mean? Do better. Because you're watching this type of woman. What is doing better to her? Because in her mind, doing better is being above average. Most men will never be above average. Most men will never make over 100K. That is most men. That is average. We don't live in a world where most men will make 1 million. We don't live in that kind of world. So to do better, what does that mean? It's just the thing where I say men to do better is that you are stable, right? You're stable, you're financially stable, you are emotionally stable, right? You're physically stable. you're a stable, productive adult. That is good. That is average. Most people will be average. It's fine to be average, but we have a problem with women nowadays. Average ass women don't want average men. They want better. And again, just like XY said, right? How about be better? Be better? Be better than average. Be above average. I'm sorry. Most people will be average. Most people will be average at best. That is not the world we live in. Be a better companion. What does that mean? Right? What does better mean? What does better mean? It's ridiculous because what does better mean? Right? That's the thing where it's like unquantifiable, right? Be better. So because by saying be better, that means they weren't good enough already, right? They weren't good enough already. So in a lot of women's eyes, most men are not good enough. That's the thing. Most men are not good enough. Be better. It's like it's kind of a ridiculous point of view.
Robots that can hold a baby for up to 10 months term. So we don't necessarily, and you don't really need the DNA of a female. So it's just one of the things, like at this point right now, we don't necessarily need it to procreate. That's not a thing anymore. And within the next couple years with AI and robotics, we got some badass engineers in the mix. So it's going to happen. That's not even going to be a thing, right? There are already people who are having test tube baby, right? This whole, what we're doing right now, surrogates and IVF and all that, that's like just the prelude to what's really to come, right? We are now coming to an understanding that we don't necessarily need the opposite sex to procreate, right? So that's not the problem. But I just think that the way the country was built and what we stood on was the nuclear family, and maybe that dynamic could change. But what I'm telling people that is going to be ugly because women don't appreciate what it is that men do.
So you guys, you spit out a lot of facts and you're saying a lot of things about the connection between men and women. Do you realize that men benefit more in a marriage than women does, health-wise and everything? Like men benefit more
health-wise.
Yeah.
Are you going by that?
Women? No, that is a fact.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
I've already debunked that. You can get your phone, but it's if you really look at it, if you really dig into it.
Podcast unless they have them
I'm
fact
telling you,
checkers right here.
I've already checked this fact. I've done it live on podcasts where I brought
No,
the
not
stats
from podcasts. No, I'm talking about I go to school. I do periodic reviews. I look at scholarly journals. I don't just look at other podcasts to see what other people are talking about. Women don't benefit in marriages. Men benefit more. They live longer. Men live longer in relationships when they're with
Who benefits from divorce?
Women die faster when they're with men.
It's mutually no.
Thank you.
That's not a fact. Hold on,
Yeah,
that's a
that is a
lie.
fact.
That's a fake.
One
study.
second, because
I'm telling you. Go ahead.
That's why I don't like going to
Fake
podcasts that
study.
don't have
Fake-
fact checkers here, because that's what niggas
fake
do.
study.
They
I'm
talk to
telling
each
you, I've
other
already
and they
debunked
don't
this shit.
listen to
That's
other
exact
people.
fact. I heard them.
So
You already debunked it. So who told you there was a fake study?
It's not a fake
Tell
study.
you, I've already looked into it.
there's
I'm
propaganda
bringing
studies.
I'm
It's
just-
not propaganda. That's what you say to
but-
save your
So
ego.
I'm not-
we
You
gotta
don't think that we
understand
know
that
what
there
this
is
is.
science.
That's
There
right
may
now.
have been a study
over.
after that, but that wasn't a fake study.
So this is the gender warfare we got over here. Like she says she's a vet, right?
I am. I'm a
so
motherfucking problem. I promise
Yeah,
you. I'm
and-
ungovernable. It's over for you.
And that's exactly what a man of value wants. She's exactly what a man of value wants, an ungovernable woman.
fucking ungovernable.
Yeah, she's, oh my God. Like everyone's just gonna be a line around the corner of men waiting for that.
Hmm.
I want to say this though. You said
Much money do you earn?
Women do live longer than men, right? Women do live longer than men, but that's just in general, right? Because why do they also say that? Because men do more strenuous things. Job-wise, men do more strenuous things. Men are bigger risk takers. So in general, of course, yes, because when you calculate everything. Now, I'll say this. I read some studies that said that, okay? But when you actually read it, it's not marriage. It's not marriage that facilitated men are better off. It's being in a relationship, right? It's not marriage. Marriage is just a state that, people say, but again, it's men being in a relationship. And here's the thing where people don't understand, okay? it is a motivator. Okay, it's a motivator. That's the thing where a lot of people don't understand. Yes, men benefit from being in a stable, long-term relationship, but not because he's in a marriage or whatever. No, it's because it's a motivator. So if you are in a good relationship, why would you want to die? Right? Why would you want to, let's say, be unhealthy or be whatever, right? If you are in a good relationship, you will do everything in your power, right, to stay in that relationship. So, i.e., get healthy, do whatever the things it takes to stay within said relationship. Men have a motivator. That motivator is the key. I've always said a big thing for men is direction, being guided, having motivation, having purpose. Marriage, family, that duty is a purpose for men. That is the thing. That's the thing where you don't dig in deeper, right? Women always love to talk about the nuance. Yet when certain things they talk about, you never talk about the nuance. It's kind of funny.
I own a lot. I'm a YouTuber. I own a lot of money.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've been with lawyers. I've been with doctors.
Okay.
I've been with white men.
You build.
Yes,
oh
I
my
did.
gosh! She reached the
Yes.
top of the mountain. She
did.
built white man.
It's a divested.
Oh my
I've
god!
divested. Unfortunately, I've divested.
And you just
And yet you're single, and that you're still single. So great for you. I mean, the standard is average. Yet a lot of times we go in relationships as average with flaws and defects. Do better simply means work on your flaws. Be intentional. Learn to work with other. Here's the thing, right? You're assuming that people don't work with flaws. And here's the thing. Everyone would always have flaws. This is the problem with a lot of women, okay? Where you got to, I mean, like, here's the thing, right? I always think this. Why get with a man with flaws you don't like? Why? Why marry a man with flaws you don't like? Why have have kids with a man with flaws you don't like? Never makes sense to me. So don't do that, right? If a man has flaws you don't like, don't get with him. Plain and simple. It's nothing about doing better. Find a man that has no flaws that you don't like. Plain and simple. My thing is that both parties, everyone has flaws. Nobody's perfect, right? That's the thing. So it is the insanity to think that, you know what, do better, work on your flaws. Everyone will always have flaws. Everyone, right? That is insane. This is a very idealistic women's mindset. Do better so you can work on your flaws. People will always have flaws. Pick the ones that don't have the flaws that you hate. Plain and simple. No one is forcing women to be with men. No one. So this is what I said. Do better. Here's the thing, right? And this is what the problem with XY. Find someone, right, that doesn't have the flaws that you hate. Plain and simple. So why force men to stay in a country where all the women or a lot of the women sees flaws in them that they don't want? Yet, if men go outside of their sphere, there are women that don't mind those flaws. So that is the insanity of it. Okay? It is okay for women to choose men based on whatever standards they have. Yet, if men choose women on their standards or what they want, oh my God, passport bro, that's crazy. Do better. Yeah. And here's the thing. No one is telling women to do better. No one is telling women to do better, right? Tell women to come as you are. No, who's telling women to do better? I don't hear no woman telling other women to do better, right? Work on your flaws so you can get that man. I don't hear a single woman tell other women you need to work on your flaws to get a man. Never. I mean, I doubt XY. I doubt XY would tell women, oh, you need to work on your flaws so you can get a man. I doubt that. That's a problem with you men expecting women to tolerate. You don't have to, this is the thing, you don't have to tolerate nothing. See, you don't have to tolerate nothing. But it's like, you think that you are flawless. You think women are flawless. That's the problem. Everyone has flaws, right? I might not like how you eat your food. Or I might like, I might not like how fat you are. How I don't know. I don't like how you dress. I don't like, everyone has red flags. Everyone has red flags. No one is perfect. No one says, oh, women, you need to accept men's flaws. You don't. Walk away. Be single. Be alone. Find a man that, you know what, you don't care about, right? You won't care about his flaws. Find a man that's perfect in your eyes. But here's the thing. Men will find women that are also perfect for them. Plain and simple. This is why I don't, if women want to date whoever they want to date, I don't police women who they want to date. But it's women who police men to date who they should date. My statement is genderless. It's not, right? Literally, you talked about men working on their flaws. You said men do better. It's not genderless when you could read your own, words. You put men in places and you put women in places. So it's not genderless, right? You're not saying for women to do better. You said men to do better. That's what you said. I said we in both. Let's see. I want to. No, you said, how about do better? You didn't say we. You said, how about do better? Right? You're not talking about women. How about all of us should do better? You're not saying that.
Talking
I
about how
think with-
we're on the dumb of white supremacy.
Yep, and I'll
So
tell
what, you
why,
want to control
how I
the thumb?
looked at that
You want-
what you call
you
it.
want to control the
There
thumb?
wasn't. You want me to get into
Oh,
it?
she's
But
pointing
I wanna-
fingers, too.
There was a point in time in my life where I felt like black men were failing so badly. I was very young, so I was 19, by the way, too. So I was a kid. But that I thought that black men were failing so immensely that I did, for a moment, see how white men marry easy. White men help their families easy. White men their wives benefit from their partnership easy. I did see that, and I was caught up in that idea in regard to how white men might all like they do it better than niggas don't figure it out early enough, and they waste time, blah blah blah. So I went with the white man, but I realized, because I take accountability and everything, like all of these, this was a systematic way of thought, and I shouldn't have thought. I should have understood why black men are the way they are, and that all the systematic, the domino effects to put them in their situations like that. And the only reason why white men are the saviors for the moment is because society allows them to be. So once I deconstructed that, I went back to black men, and I'm here to stay.
I want to make a point because I don't even want to touch that. I think the internet's going to touch that for us. But
Yeah.
I think you said that.
If this goes out,
You said that.
you might have to cut this part.
Yeah, you got to cut her part. Yeah. What she said was some bullshit. But you
What I
said.
said was some
Let
bullshit.
me explain because you held the mic.
You're very sensitive.
You held the
You are
mic.
extremely
I've been taking my turn. I've been taking my turn.
That was
I've-
kind of.
Yeah,
my-
she's extremely sensitive.
Right.
And I grew up around
You
boys.
did
Like I know
explain.
sensitive boys.
Yeah.
I have all
so
boy
sensitive.
cousins.
Oh, so sensitive.
I
I'm
know.
gonna cry after this podcast is over.
I can look
Please,
you in the
get me tissues.
eyes and see.
Yeah.
God, like seriously. And you wonder why, seriously, black men are making up a good percentage of the passport bros. Do better? Do better for what? This is also the insanity, okay? You a lot of women say do better. Do better to get what? Right? Fine. Let's hypothetically say it. Men, you need to do better. Okay, do better. Be a better man, be a better father, be a better husband. And what do you get at the end of that better rainbow? What do you get? As a man, what do you get for being the best version of yourself, right? What do you get? Exhibit A. Exhibit A. You get a woman that will insult you, put you down, belittle you, be combative, be aggressive, be chaotic. Tim, what is up, my brother? What is up? Don't do better then, right? This is the thing. Find your own happiness. Don't deal with women, right? Don't deal with women, right? That will be chaotic. That will shit on you, right? Don't deal with women like this. Don't. I said this before. Modern day Western women, they're meant to be single. I'm sorry. Their mindset, they are meant to be single. A lot of them.
Yes.
Who-
Tears.
Who really
Tears.
got it?
Oh
and
my
you
God.
don't? No.
I won't be able to sleep at night thinking about, oh my God, if I could only be with a woman like her. Anyway, but the point I want to make, right, is this.
You
She-
think the
she-
internet gonna grind me up?
Oh yeah, they're gonna chew me up. They're gonna chew me up. You said that women don't benefit from marriage. You said
No.
men benefit from marriage. Was that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Who benefits from divorce?
Y'all,
We do?
the woman, if the man has money.
Okay.
The average
Well,
nigga does not have
okay.
money.
You-
Nobody's
you
gonna
do
get
realize that
anything from divorce.
7 out of the 10 richest
You-
women are the beneficiary from marriage, right? Whether it was death or divorce.
There are women who become billionaires from divorce.
Y'all average. Why are you talking about billionaire concepts? You're an average nigga. What are you
I
talking
am not
about?
an average dude.
You are.
I'm not
No,
an
I was
average
just
nigga.
trying to
I'm not average
illustrate the
nigga.
point
But
that
the
women
point I'm
generally
trying to make, and that's why she thinks I'm
And
sensitive.
when
I'm not even
if you're
offended by
talking
that.
about cussing about
You know, a man that makes 90K is something still worth taking half of. I'm sorry. This is the problem with a lot of women, right? A man that makes 90K, a man that she would want, right? Financially. Well, she would benefit from taking half of his shit. So really,
alimony is paid by how much percent?
But
It's like 93% men.
Alimony is
Yeah,
for,
men.
for white
90
men. Niggas don't pay alimony.
What?
What?
no, she's so
we already, you already see that she disrespects black men, right? You already see how little she thinks of black men. So that's why she uses the N-word a lot. I'm sorry. I'm not for it, right? Because I think that's that's a term that should be destroyed, but that's my own opinion, right? That is my own opinion. I think that should be destroyed because I think that's counterproductive. But you already know how she views, black men. Men have her own complexion. So why wouldn't she use derogatory terms against those men?
know the news channel she watches.
Yeah.
We know the
Gotta
news
pay
channel.
alimony.
But here's
Yes,
the
we
thing.
do. Yes, we do.
Let's
Are you paying alimony right now?
Smooth.
What's the percentage of black men marriage
Smooth,
in this
hold on.
country?
Smooth, hold
And
on.
then tell me how much y'all pay alimony.
Smooth, hold on.
Tell me what the percentage.
podcast is
black
gonna-
women
Smooth, smooth. Hold on. This podcast is gonna be
Because if
it's
I
go-
don't want anything to come out, it ain't coming
well,
out.
because you're embarrassed. Because you're embarrassed about what you're saying.
I'm not embarrassed.
I'm not embarrassed about what I'm saying. So you
Okay.
you can use whatever I'm saying. You can put it out. Okay.
You're a very insecure person. You
I'm-
probably
I'm-
thought that I was
I'm-
gonna be. You're not used to women like me.
I am not
you're
used
not
to
used
masculine
you're a
women. I'm not.
coward. I'm not a masculine woman. I'm so soft.
You said you
Exactly.
date
What?
young men 6 years younger than
Yeah.
them. You want them to be gangsters.
That's not what I'm saying,
If
right?
he's 5'5" and want him to be a gangster.
That's not what I
If
said.
he's not a gangster, he better be white because white people they marry.
That's not what I said.
I've been
He's
paying
so
attention.
insecure. That is all projection.
I'm just
No,
projecting.
That's
I'm
all
just projecting.
projection.
But I want to make this.
Because that was more so a figure of speech.
This is the point I want to make, though. This is the point I want to
Like,
make. We told her. She said
professional.
women bend.
You're not married. You don't have any kids. You're a YouTuber. I'm a veteran. I'm a widow because I was married, right? I have a daughter that I put in one of the best schools in this country, right?
Mhm.
I'm not going to say how much I make money, but I make very good money. I'm a contributor to my community.
And I still don't want
And
you.
all it. I don't want you.
But I don't want a woman
Like,
to-
what the?
And I don't want a and I don't want a woman like you.
And women don't want
I
men
don't-
like
I
you.
don't
And
want a
he's
woman like
upset because women are becoming more like me, and he's
It
not.
doesn't
Like,
upset me.
it's
It
not
doesn't
his
upset me.
thing.
My dad always told me that a man is not going to argue with a woman.
Absolutely.
We're having a
not.
discussion. We're not arguing.
My 6-year-old, the young boy that was
Arguing? She's talking over him. He's not even allowed to talk. I swear to God, women are. I'm sorry. Like, seriously? How can anyone support women like this? Right? One woman is combative, aggressive, while the other woman is just blindly supporting her. The stupidity of this shit. Right? This man is very monotone. He's talking soft. He's not talking over you. He's not interrupting you. But you are gladly interrupting him constantly. Right? Great. You're a veteran. So fucking what? What wars did you help us? Fucking, I swear to God, it's like, great. You want an achievement for being a veteran. Awesome for you. Right? But again, at the same time, you're a veteran and then you shit and you talk bad about the country. I don't agree with that. Right? I don't agree with that shit. And then you said you were a widow. It's like, great. Awesome. Right? You were married. Cool. You put your daughter to school. Like, great. Right? Awesome for you. Means nothing. It means nothing to everyone else. That's your life. I swear to God, women think that they live such an accomplished life. It's ridiculous.
6-year-old wasn't back and forth like
It's
this.
just like
I'll tell you
And
that.
she didn't stay with him.
So
She
all
left
right.
him.
So let's get to that part of it. So I do understand that there is
I'll never forget you.
right there.
I know
You're
you
the
won't.
reason why I
I'm
don't
going to
date.
forget you. I'm going to
You're
forget.
the reason why I
Trust
don't
me.
date.
This is going to be a race out of my mind.
Has
Do
men
you
like,
see this? This is the reason why I don't
so are
date.
you saying that men like this?
Masculine men.
I earn more money than him. He's a YouTuber. He's my age.
What is
He's
the time?
almost
What is the time?
40.
What is the time?
And he's a YouTuber. Like,
It's like this woman is. This is why she's masculine. She's constantly talking about her fucking money. Great means fucking what? It doesn't mean nothing. You make so much money. Great for you. God, women are. I'm sorry. You are being unbearable. This is the masculinity. I'm sorry. This is the masculinity of modern day women. They are They're throwing around their money like it's fucking something. Like, wow, you are. Let's say you are a millionaire. So what? It doesn't mean nothing. Great. It's like you. What is this? Like a dick sizing contest? Right? What is this? It's like unbelievable.
come on
She thinks she
now.
earns more money. You don't know what I earn.
You're a YouTuber.
Have you seen my channel? And the
Doesn't-
millions of views that I
doesn't
got?
matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Can you fly me to Fiji? I can fly
Fly to
myself to
Fiji.
Fiji
I
tomorrow.
just came back to Africa from Africa.
Boy, bye.
And yes, we got Fiji money. What are you talking about? You don't know me. When
I know
that,
you.
what
I know
happened?
you. I've seen you 1,000 times. Like, I know you.
So you've seen my content before.
No.
So then what are you talking about?
type.
So what are you talking about?
Bye.
You're type.
Next
All right,
question.
so
Can you
let-
move
yeah,
on?
so I
But
do
sir,
wanna-
hold on.
No, can we
hold
move
hold
on,
on here.
sir?
Because here's the issue, right? Women
Can we
like
move
her
on?
over talk men, and it's fine. We're gonna let the footage reveal that, right? We're gonna let the footage reveal that.
No,
But
we're
we've
not
sat
gonna-
here
we're gonna talk
quiet.
about this, but
We sat quiet while she went on long rants,
go ahead.
and
keep
I
going.
tried to
Right.
interject at times, but I was like,
I'm
you know what?
not that. I'm
That-
actually a softie.
Okay,
He's
you-
so
can you
soft.
can you stop
Like,
interrupting?
he's
Okay,
he's
just one
foaming
second.
at the
Just-
mouth over a softie.
just one
I'm
sec-
not even a hard girl,
Okay.
and he can't take me.
I think you're hard. I think you're hard. I think you're very hard. I think you're very hard. But
All right.
I understand you. You know why I understand you?
No, you
Because I
don't, bro.
listen to you, and what I've heard from
You
what you
don't
said is that
understand me.
you like men that are
You don't understand.
like
me.
men-
We cut from such a different
Okay,
cloth,
just-
nigga. You
just
do
one-
not understand
Just be
me.
quiet for 1 second, right? Just let me talk.
What is soft about that? What is soft about this stupid ass woman? Like, seriously, are you kidding me? What is soft about you? Right? Women say, oh, like this other woman said, oh, my dad said, men don't argue. What's arguing? Literally, men don't get to argue with women. Women are the ones who are absolutely constantly saying shit, right? Like, ridiculous.
I'm
I'm only quiet for people I respect. I
Okay.
respect men.
You don't
I
res-
will be quiet for you. If you wanna
So this is what I'll do.
diffuse the
Let's
situation.
give him 1 minute, and then if you need to
Got you.
rebuttal, it's on you.
yes. Is that
got
okay?
you. No, I'm answering it as I talk to men I respect.
Okay. Anyway, so I understand women like you, right? There's a lot of propaganda telling women that you're exceeding men.
I'm talking about lived experience. He's talking about
No. So,
propaganda.
Just give.
That's what I'm
I
saying. He's
get
a
it, I
young
get
boy
it.
in his mind.
So
Like,
listen,
I'm a grown woman
we
with
gonna give
lived
him a minute. Give him a
experience in
minute.
real life.
I'ma
He
give
keeps
you-
telling me propaganda.
I'm gonna give
I'm
you a whole
telling
chance to
him my
talk.
real experiences. He's telling me that how I'm feeling and how I'm internalizing it is propaganda. He's a child.
I get it.
Do better. Men, do better. Do better. Be more healed, right? Men, do better. So you can get what? So you get women like this? Men, do better, right? So you can be the next simp. You can be with women like this. I will settle for that, right? I will settle for that. Yes. That is what men want.
So just give
He's
him
mature.
give him a minute. We only gonna give him 1 minute, and then I'm gonna give you your time to rebuttal.
All right, I'm
Is that
and,
okay?
and we won't allow him to interrupt you either.
all right,
Okay.
got you.
Okay. So I understand women like you, right? You've been sold this reality that it's not true. And it's fine. It's fine. You sold the idea that only men benefit from marriage. But we tried to make the point to you earlier on that women actually, the only way they could get divorced, last time I checked, is if they were married. And most women, most of the wealthiest women in the world became wealthy through divorce. That is true. So I've never heard of a man become a billionaire through divorce, but we've heard of women that became billionaires through divorce.
White women become billionaires through divorce. What are you talking about? Like, this is not our
Charles,
conversation.
you could just forget it. Go ahead.
But then, okay, by your same token, right? Black men don't marry often, so black men are not benefiting from divorce, from marriage, right? Black men aren't so really. So your same stats don't really show that, right? If you want to say that, oh, it's the small percentage that benefit from this, okay, well then same thing. Small percentage of men, black men at least, benefit from it.
This is not
Let her
our
go.
conversation.
All right, so you can go ahead.
Like, what is he talking about? We're talking about relationships amongst us, right?
You didn't even let the man talk, so how the hell would you know what he talks about?
Okay.
Like, he's putting in statistics and scenarios that he's not even a part of. Like, what are you pulling
That was
out
my fault. I
these-
brought that.
Oh,
up.
okay, yeah. I don't understand what you part of. We're talking
I was
about
going that direction.
We're
I
talking
think that was
about
smart.
real people. That's why I don't like talking to YouTubers. I'm a real person. I pay taxes. I'm an everyday average person. I'm a civilian and I'm a vet. Like, I understand the military life and things like that. Like, I want to have real conversations with real people
Got it.
about real concepts.
And
All right.
YouTubers, we're from Mars. We're not real people.
So
We're
how about
aliens.
this? How about this?
I just
So-
don't
so
respect
we do-
anything
we
you
do
have to say. I
understand-
feel like I've done so much more.
You don't know me. What do you keep telling
So
me?
let
You
me-
keep telling me about me. You don't know me.
Hold on. Let's
It's what
let's
you're-
get
it's what
let's
you're
get back. Let's
giving
get past that
off.
part because
Like, you're screaming it. Look at you.
I don't
I'm not
think
screaming.
I don't think that's going to really go anywhere. But I do want to get somewhere with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we're saying that there is something wrong between the relationship dynamics between men and women, how is it possible for us to bridge the gap?
We can't because if
No.
she
I
wants to
think we can.
lead, men won't follow.
I think we can. Can I answer your question? Can I answer your question?
We're gonna let her go. Then you got it right after.
I think for
Wait,
us.
we're gonna let her go first.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, so I think the problem with that is we have to be realistic about whether or not men are capable of leading, because we're not going to just go blindly follow after someone that we deem incapable. So it's a lot of these men that sit here like, follow me, follow me, follow me. A real leader does not have to tell you to follow them. You're going to see the way they.
How would you know? How would you know? How would these women, right, know what a real leader is? How? I mean, look, this is the thing where's your example of a real leader? Your mom? Your mom is the example of a real leader? Please tell me the example of a real leader. Who? What is your example of a real leader? I just find some of these women just honestly ridiculous. It really is. And I find it funny too. A lot of these women, I'm not saying maybe these women in particular, but okay, real leaders. You have kids by men. Were those real leaders? But you still had kids with them. You get in relationship with men. Were they real leaders? Oh, you still got in relationship with those men. You got married or have kids or like get in a relationship with men. Are those men real leaders? Probably not. So what is the hypocrisy there, right? It's like, so you're saying we don't get with real leaders. Are you a virgin? You've gotten with plenty of men. So have none of those men were real leaders, then why would you get with them? Why would you get with them? And this is the thing where it's like, who are you to say what a real leader is?
Lead and naturally fall in line. So the problem is a lot of these guys, they want to be like, oh, I'm a leader. And the reality of it is you're not. And you wonder why these women are not following you is because you're not a leader. You're not even showing none of these characteristics.
It's the delusion of the
follow
reality
me.
that men are.
I have women that
living
follow
in.
me.
There's this delusion of a reality
and I
that
feel
men
like
are
that's
living
another
in
thing
that
we
isn't
have to-
conducive with the real world anymore.
It's the difference between
Money
women and females. So I
Rules
feel like
everything.
that's a difference.
Money rules everything. It's getting so.
Back and forth. Is this woman stupid? This man barely got words in. This woman was talking like 99% of the time. Back and forth? Like, it's a panel for you guys to talk, right? I'm sorry, this is why it's like, it is like, these women do a disservice to women, right? These women do a disservice to women. Do you know what a panel of talking, when you have a conversation, people get a chance to talk. This woman never allowed this man to talk. So you're saying going back and forth? No, this man didn't even get to talk.
cutthroat out here.
I'm glad you
It's
said
getting
that.
so it's getting so cutthroat out here that money is over everything. Your mentality and money. If you're not on the same page in regard to how to overcome these obstacles that are amongst us during these unprecedented times, nobody has ever seen things like this in this country and throughout this year.
I agree that
If
women
you
feel like
do-
money is their
If
God.
you
Money is their God. They worship money. And this is the problem.
because
we got
money
to.
gets you out of fuck niggas like this. You don't have to deal.
It's not about
You
the
don't have
money,
to
it's about the
deal.
freedom
You
that
don't.
the money
You
allows.
have the choice to live in your own truth, be in your own energy, and do the things that you want to do until you die without ever having to deal
Yeah, and did you
with the counterparts.
right?
Like
Do
with
you
the
believe that the
counterparts
men
that
of value, that these top nine,
what men of value? Nobody cares about those
these
men.
men
Men
that earn-
don't. It doesn't
Just- okay, just
matter.
calm down,
Bad
calm down.
bitches
Just-
don't
just
put men.
You're not a bad
at
bitch. You're not a bad bitch. Calm down. But do you believe the men that make more
And
than
you
not?
are a coward.
You're
a coward. I'm a.
All right, hold
I
on,
know
hold on.
gangsters. No, listen.
Look,
I want you to understand
I
something
know
because I told
gangsters.
you this before. I know gangsters,
What does that mean?
and I'm looking you in your eye right now. You're not
I'm not a
a
gangster.
thorough nigga. No,
I'm
and
not a
you're no. You're not a gangster. And you're also a coward.
Why are you
and you
upset?
don't like
Why are you upset?
women because I
Love
don't.
women.
Because no,
And
you
I love
don't.
black women,
And you're
dark skinned
so
women.
insecure.
I love dark
You're
skinned black
so
women.
You're inadequate.
I love
You're
dark skinned black women.
extremely
But I don't like
inadequate.
masculine women.
I'm not
I
masculine.
like
I'm
dark
telling you
skinned
the
black
truth.
women.
What about you is feminine? Seriously, you are in this man's face.
You're a
Why
child.
you keep pointing
You're a
at me?
child.
Okay.
You're a child.
You're allowed to say that.
You're a
The
child.
point I'm trying to make
You're
is,
a child.
where's the men that make $9,000
You're
a
a
year
child.
that want to date this?
I have
Who
four.
wants this in their household? Who wants to come home to this?
Whatever.
It's
Who wants to come home to
Plenty,
this?
thank you.
All right, wait.
Thank
All right,
you.
okay, time out.
Who wants to come home to this?
Plenty,
How
thank
about,
you.
how about we get back? Let's get
But-
back on topic. I don't want to take
And it's not
I don't
just
wanna-
okay.
I don't wanna
black.
sit there
And we-
way
I
too long.
think beautiful women.
No.
I think black women are objectively the most beautiful women on the planet.
He's a
But
pander.
when they
He
behave
knows.
like this-
He knows what to say.
What
He knows what he's doing. A white
When-
tactic. He's doing a white boy tactic. Let me tell you something. How he's doing a white boy tactic. I'm about to get on my politics right now. Let me tell you how he's doing a white boy tactic, right?
What am I-
Because he's
I'm-
telling you
cool,
he loves
right.
all the
All three of
superficial,
y'all are talking.
all the superficial things about black women, right? But he doesn't understand, like when black women. What did Malcolm X say? The black woman is the most disrespected and unprotected woman in this country,
Yes, I
remember
remember that
And when
speech.
we internalize that and we do that like that and whatever, a real nigga would have compassion about how black women represent themselves in the top.
Done. You're done. I'm sorry. Black men, you're not doing your shit. These women are unruly. I'm sorry. Disrespected? You wonder why. I'm sorry. Who wants to respect this shit? I'm gonna be straight up. I don't care, right? You think I'm hating on black women? I have dated predominantly black women. This is tiring. This shit is tiring. This is chaotic. You think I'm disrespecting black women, right? Is this what you want? She's ready for you. She's ready for you. Go for her. Go for her. These women are being overproduced. These women are honestly just too much. Just too much.
The tight game that they run, right? A fuck nigga from the Caribbeans will ostracize you. Will ostracize you and make you feel like, oh, you're angry, you're this, you're that. No, I'm not that. I'm probably telling you something. And before you air this out, you're gonna, because I didn't know that I was gonna be in the presence of someone like this, and that's what I told you
and I'm
before I got
responsible.
here. I don't like these fucking type of niggas. I told you that.
And
I
I told you to behave like this. I caused you to behave like
I'm
this.
going to Grenada. I'm moving. That's what
Grenada. It's called Grenada.
I'm gonna say Grenada because I don't fucking believe anything. You fucking
That's
say
absolutely
anymore.
fine. But she believes
Before you-
that men of
what you
value
call it, this might
want
not know.
this. She believes men of value want this.
Nigga, look. First of all, you smell funny, right?
I smell funny?
Yes, you do. You smell
you say-
funny, and the niggas that I fucking fuck with, you could never touch. Even the fucking white boys, you lame ass nigga. Are you fucking serious? Get the fuck out of here.
Yo.
Get the fuck out of here. See, I told you don't bring me around these nut ass niggas. I make too much money. I make 300 fucking.
Oh God, this is. I'm sorry, right? This is. They sleep with the whole. Like, seriously.
So then represent yourself like, so then represent like yourself like a professional woman. Sit down and have a
But
conversation.
you keep antagonizing. You gotta.
She called me a child. She's allowed to call me a child. She's allowed to call me a child. She called me a fuck nigga, a child.
All right, listen. Can you?
You're blocking the camera. She's allowed to call me a fuck nigga or a child.
You're talking about a camera. But
You're allowed to call me a fuck. Hold on, answer me first. She's allowed to call me a fuck nigga and child, bitch ass nigga. I know gangsters.
After you was antagonizing her, this is what I'm saying. You've been saying little slicks and you've been.
You're still beautiful.
Her.
You being black, you're still beautiful. Being dark skinned and black, I find.
Fuck up.
Yeah, shut the F up. Yeah.
You're so beautiful for being dark skinned and black.
I still like.
I know.
I would still like black women after this.
For fucking 2 fucking weeks.
I'm gonna still like black women after this. I'm gonna still like black women after this.
Black American men after this.
Okay.
Black American
still
men, the Malcolm
will like-
X's.
Okay.
Fuck these niggas.
Yeah. There you go, folks. This is what black men have to do with.
No,
you
don't.
was antagonizing her.
Niggas like you.
Okay.
You would never fuck me. You would never fuck me.
Why would I never said I wanted
You
to.
would never fuck me. You would never get a bitch.
You would never
Pull
fuck me.
your
You
bitches
would-
up.
you would never
Pull
fuck me.
your bitches up. Shut the fuck
You
up,
think-
nigga.
But
You
this
YouTube ass
is
nigga.
a moot point.
I want to be critical. I'm sorry. I'm going to be critical, right? And you wonder why the black community is failing. These are the women that are big, are a big part of the black community. Right? And I've dated women like this. I have, and I'm telling you, it's chaotic. You think I haven't? I've dated black women like this. I have, all right? And I've learned the hard way, right? The chaos. And this is what black men step back. They can't control their shit, right? They can't control this. They can't control the shit. Right? They're blinded. They're like, oh, they still simp for women like this. They still go for women like this. Rage quitting is immaturity. It is, right? It is. But again, these women are very emotionally inintelligent. Emotionally inintelligent.
I think you said you
It
work for
don't even matter.
I think you said
Like, it don't matter.
you said you're professional women.
YouTube ass nigga. I'm 40 years old. I'm YouTube. Where your 401k, nigga? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Where's your 401k?
Where your 401k, you YouTubing ass 40-year-old ass nigga?
Hey.
We out, T. Stupid ass.
Oh, with an ER.
Yep.
With an ER.
Listen, I got lawyers. You don't want to do this. So you want this? Like, let me see this tape first. Where's that contract? Where's that contract? You don't want to do this. Let me see it first.
Why does she want to show it, right? Why does she not want to show this? Because she knows that this right here is a bad image. This is a bad image on her and black women. Oh, don't show this. Don't show this. Why? Because you are a fucking bitch. And you don't want to look like it. You don't want to look like a bitch. But sadly, you are. Sadly, you are. If that was a guy, he would have been knocked. Yes. With that shit, he would have been knocked out, right? If it was a guy.
Wrong bitch. I told
So,
you. I told you on the ride up here. These niggas is not ready for me.
And I didn't know because he was low-key antagonizing you. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Antagonizing her? You're a stupid ass woman.
It's my fault.
Yeah, you a corny nigga.
I know. I'm responsible for bad behavior.
We just had this whole conversation about how males and females are wired differently.
Yeah, so why does that allow bad behavior?
It doesn't have to do with allowing bad
Your daddy was in your life.
He wasn't, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, he wasn't, right?
Was he or not?
I didn't say all women, right? I say it a lot. I think this is a lot of women. But this is the thing. This is a lot of modern day women. It's not just black women, white women, Asian women, right? This attitude, this aggressiveness, this masculinity, this combativeness. A lot of women. This is why I said, right? Leave modern Western women alone. Leave them alone. Don't date them. Don't deal with them. Because it is this ego. It is this attitude. It is this, this air of, they think they're better than you, right? They think that they're better than you, right? It's this mentality. You cannot speak against a woman. How dare you speak against a woman? How dare you? The insanity that you would ever, right, talk back to a woman. That's equality for you. You can't talk to a woman. You can't talk back to a woman, right? That's equality for you. Can't even have a conversation with someone because it gets emotional. Yeah, this is what happens when they can't get their way. Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, well,
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what
that's
you're talking
that
about.
Caribbean
She thinks
shit.
she knows me.
Because his daddy probably told him to
But
come
this
over
one,
and
you
think that
taking
his
it
little nut ass
personally.
is better
She
than
don't
black
know you,
Americans.
so don't take it personal.
I don't take it.
You
I'm
are.
fine.
That's why you was throwing your little shots all night, and that's why she on
I'm
emotional
throwing my
right
shots all
now.
night. So I'm at fault for her behavior.
She's
Black men are responsible for the behavior of women.
Ridiculous. This is the ridiculous of it, right? Again, no accountability. No accountability for you losing your control, your emotional control, your instability. No accountability whatsoever. Modern women in a nutshell. No accountability, emotionally uncontrollable, combative, aggressive, chaotic. To act like men don't act out of order also. I don't see that, right? Of course, men do. Of course men do. Right? But men don't have a of air superiority, in my opinion. Right? Men are not saying that, men don't act out. Right? This is a thing where at the end, men are not saying for women to do better, right? Men are not out here saying that, that men are so much better than women. Men are not out here doing that. It is women who say, do better. You need to do better, right? Men are not emotionally intelligent. Women saying that. It's women who say this shit, right? Men are not emotionally intelligent. Men got to do better. Men got to evolve, right? It's women who point the finger at men. That's the thing. I don't say that men are not like, let's say, emotionally erratic or emotionally unstable or whatever, right? I don't say that men are better than women. I don't. It is women who point out, oh, men need to do better. Because do better for what? Because you believe that women are better than men. So that's the thing. Omni, what's up? What's up? She's such a baddie and have this and make that. Why are you single? Again, yeah. Why hasn't those... Because again, right? What man would want this? I don't think there's a man that will want this shit. So... What is up, everyone? Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. And you know, that energy that woman put at that guy, women are putting against other women as well. All right? Women are putting that energy at other women as well. So let's get on. There are some. No, I mean, I'm not saying that there aren't good black women. Of course there are. I've dated majority of black women, right? There are plenty of amazing black women out there. But are they the majority? Right? That's the question, right? That's the $100 question, right? Are they the majority? Well, I don't know. I don't know. So, but all right, let's get started. Let's get started with tonight's main video. All right. So the energy that women put against men, right? The hostility, the anger, the expectations, women also put on other women. Women also put on other women. So let's check this one out, right? These videos, right? I'm going to show you a couple of them, right? Women are so up in arms. It is really just loudmouth with a platform that ruined it for everyone. I do agree, right? I mean, I kind of do agree that, but again, right? That woman doesn't have a platform. She went on a platform. So she's an average woman that went on someone's platform. It shows her bad attitude. So it's not necessarily people with platforms, are, whatever. Here's two women, average women, going on a platform showing the ugliness of, of women, But yes, not the majority. But these videos, right? Women are angry. Women are absolutely angry about this. Okay. I would show you some of the comments, right? I mean, you can see some of the comments. I'd rather beg on the street for coins, right? I mean, women definitely do not like what other women are doing. So, but I can tell you, right, the comments are very, very ugly. It's ugly against women. If they can't have 100% attention, they turn into negative drama. I agree. All right.
Two women proposed to their boyfriends today. I saw two women propose to their boyfriends today. Two of them. Two women in separate bodies on this here app. Separate bodies, they're different people. Different souls, different bodies. Two of them, not one but two. TWO, two. Ooh, boy. We've lost the fucking plot. I'm gonna be sick on everyone. Everyone's gonna get throw up on him. Because what the fuck is going on? What's next? We start paying his family to marry us? Okay. All right. No. One of them, hey. Both of them got down on one knee. One of them even asked his father for his hand in marriage. Has everyone gone mad? I want you to promise me that if you ever see me doing some shit like that, you'll
probably lip injections.
Put a bullet between my eyes. I can't be doing that. I'm gonna throw up.
This is why tonight, right? What I'm saying is that this is the insanity of women. Do you want feminism or do you want patriarchy? Women want to promote gender norms and they will shame other women. They will shame other women that don't comply. She got issues. She does, right? But this is the thing. Nose ring spotted. Exactly. But women want to shame other women for breaking gender norms. Yet, isn't that a feminist ideology to break gender norms?
Confusing to believe, y'all, when you told me that there was another girl or two other girls who proposed to their men on this app, but I came across the second one and I'm disgusted still. And this time she's in a full-on dress, a really pretty red dress on one knee, and he's holding her head like this. It looks fucking odd. It looks clownish. Like, I still am against it. I will never support this. I will never support anyone in my life doing this. I will never accept this.
So they get eaten. I agree, right? I mean, like, this is a thing where women are having to compete now, right? I mean, like, this is the thing. The last woman, she's constantly saying, my money, right? I make so much money. I said this at the beginning, okay? Everything after feminism, women have had a hand in every cookie jar. So I'm sorry. It's because of you. It's because of women, right? You're so unhappy. You're so mad that women are proposing. Guess what? Because you're now trying to be like fucking men. This is the problem with a lot of women. You want to be like men? Well, now you get the privilege. Now you get the privilege, right? Now you get the privilege. I would say this, right? I think more women should approach. I think all men should stop approaching. I love this. I love this shit right here. I love it. I'm a true feminist. I'm a true feminist, right? I believe in equality. I believe in mother effing equality, right? I believe men should stop approaching. I believe women should be the ones approach. I believe women should be the ones paying for dates. I believe women should be the ones to get down on one knee and propose. I believe women should open the doors for men. Right? You want it to be men so badly, right? You want to be equal to men so badly. All right, bring it on. Right? You want it to be so masculine, right? To say how much money you make, right? Because you're so strong, independent. You're so amazing. Your money, your education, your accomplishments, like a fucking man, right? You want to promote yourself like a man, you will get those repercussions. Sounds good, right? Liam says it too. Let's get on board. And we're seeing that. More and more men are not approaching women, and women are complaining, why aren't men approaching? I'm pretty sure we all seen those videos, right? Saying, why aren't men approaching? Guess what? It's because of you. Because of women. Why approach? What were we approaching for? Right?
I'm not accepting this for us. I'm not accepting this for women. I don't, the whole gender norm thing, I get it, but this takes it a step too far. Because at the end of the day, men can't birth children. We have the womb. We are the prize. That's what people are forgetting here.
Men can birth children. Women are getting married later in life. Women are having fewer and fewer kids. More women than ever, right? More women than ever are having less kids. So really, you giving birth to kids, okay. Here's the thing. In about 10 years, right? Science will pretty much take over that. In about 10 years, 20 years, science is taking over that, right? Science will take over the whole birthing of children, because honestly, women don't want to have kids. How many times you hear it? I mean, like literally, XY just said it, right? XY just said it. Don't have kids, right? XY said it's not smart to have kids in this economy. So really, your one value, women have kids, means what? When women don't even want to have kids. When women are having fewer and fewer kids. I think the birth is like, women is like having like 1.9 kids. So really, women aren't having many kids. And here's the thing also. A lot of times, you're not having kids with the men you're marrying. Right? You're not having kids with the men you're marrying. Sometimes, right? I know this woman who has like 5 kids. She has 5 kids. She's with a man that she doesn't want to give kids to. Right? I mean, she has a bunch of baby daddies, but now she's with a man she's not giving kids to. And she said if she's giving 2 kids to this man, he has to marry her. So, yeah, 5 kids by some other men. And now at your later age, I have to marry you and get maybe 1 kid. The proposition ain't that great.
Like, I see people in the comments like, oh, well, y'all want equality. Y'all want, it's men, stupid ass men. Y'all want equality. Y'all don't want gender norms. You want everyone to be equal. You want this and that. You want feminism. I'm like, you guys still can't birth children.
Again, if that's your smoking gun, one, women are having less and less kids. More and more women don't want to have kids, right? And a lot of women are coming with already kids. So really, you birthing children means what? As science goes on, that's gets more and more meaningless.
There will never be equality. It'll never be equal. I ripped from the rooter to the tutor when I birthed my daughter for that man. And he saw it all. It will never be equal. Some women get cut the fuck open and all their insides taken out. So at the end of the day, you fucking incels can go fucking kick rocks. It will never be equal until you get cut open or you could birth a baby through that pee hole. Shut the fuck up. And women, get up off the fucking floor. This is fucking clown behavior. This is not cute. This is not like breaking gender norms. This is not cool. This isn't woke. This is just sad. It's just not it. I'm not, you look dumb. Women are laughing at you. Your family's laughing at you. That man, that's the least the man can do is get on one knee and propose to you if he really truly wants that. And if he doesn't, find somebody that does. That's all it is. Not everyone wants to get married. That's fine. But if you want to get married and the man you're with is not willing to propose and marry you, then you need to find another man. You don't need to be getting on one knee, because I bet you won't be walking down that aisle or at that courthouse. They're just going to prolong that. You'll be a forever fiance. Or, I'm sorry, he will be a forever fiance. You're technically not like a fiance. Where's your ring at? And again, my question, does the man wear the ring? Like, does the man wear the ring around? Like, you know how, like, we wear the ring? So is he wearing his ring around and you're just ringless? Like, how does it work? Someone please tell me. Like, if this is what a tradition you're trying to break in gender norm, how does it work? Is he planning the wedding? Is he wearing the dress? Is he walking down the aisle first? Technically, I feel like if we're going to take it that far, he walks down the aisle first, he wears the dress, and he wears the ring. We going to take it all the way there, baby. Take it all the way there, then. Let's really take it all the way there. We're going to really break some gender norms if we really going to make this a thing. Fuck out of here.
Go for it. Hell, do it. Go for it.
We are once again talking about the sociology of begging someone to marry you. A lot of people are currently talking about this girl who is going viral for proposing to her boyfriend of 14 years. I also saw another post the day before Thanksgiving of a separate woman proposing to her boyfriend. And I know that the title is provocative. I actually wrote that on Substack a couple of months ago when I did a deep dive on the waiting to wed subreddit. So basically, it's the subreddit where a lot of women who have been in long-term relationships are sort of giving each other advice on how to get to, like, the state of marriage. In American society, marriage is glamorized, valorized, and exalted. I don't want to hear bean soup people being like, well, I don't care about marriage. I've been with my boyfriend for 55 years and we didn't want to get married. We're not talking about you. For a lot of people, this is causing some weird sort of feminism distress where they are like, I would never propose to a man, or why would a woman ever do this? And for me, when I looked at a lot of different data sources when I wrote that piece on Substack, which you can go read, I basically was like, in sociology, anthropology, and psychology, there's a thing called liminality, which is this sort of in-between space where you are neither one thing nor another, right? I think that a lot of women sort of find themselves in this position where I hate the phrase BM or baby mama or whatever, but like they find themselves in this position where they are like, that woman apparently has 2 kids with him. They've been together for 14 years. I think they live with his parents. Like there's a lot going on there, but like a lot of people find themselves in this position where they're like, we are neither married nor not married, right? Sometimes they own a house together. A lot of the people on Waiting to Wed like own property together and they have cars together and they have all these kids and they're like, how do we get to that next level? Understanding how.
And this is also an example of what I talked about before, right? There's a data, right? I mean, we all heard it, right? Men benefit from marriage. Men don't. Steve, thank you, my brother. Thank you for the love. Right? Men don't benefit from marriage. What men benefit from is long-term relationship. Long-term good relationships. That's what men benefit from. Men don't desire marriage. Men do it for the woman. If men can get a relationship, a good long-term relationship, without marriage, men would do it. Because marriage is bringing the state into it. So men don't desire it. Men are not, clamoring for marriage. So that's why that study is kind of untrue, right? Yes, men benefit from long-term good relationships. That I agree. Okay, because it gives men a purpose. It gives men a direction, right? It gives men a goal, right? So, thank you, Steve. You're an amazing man. I love you, my brother. So that's it's the goal, right? Men need a purpose in life. With a purpose, with a goal, with a direction, men strive for the best, right? When men have a goal, it is the best thing for a man, right? A goal is the best thing for a man. So that is what I'm talking about, where that's the nuance that those studies don't talk about, okay? That's why men benefit from a marriage, but not really a marriage, right? It's a long-term, good, committed relationship. So if men can get that, they're golden. So men don't cry or clamor to be married. Women do. Women want marriage, not men. Right? Men want long-term committed relationships. That's what men want, not marriage.
Important marriages in American society, again, valorized, glamorized, exalted. We live in a culture that's obsessed with weddings. Just understanding that it is not just a matter of like, well, let's go down to the courthouse. This is everything that I wrote about while I was in grad school, right? This is right in my wheelhouse. Again, this is the data. Marriage is glamorized. Marriage is held up in a pedestal in American society, but also the data shows that marriage exists on a class fault line, like going all the way back to like 2012, 2010, right? The old data, but like even current data is saying that like people marry along class lines, right? This is a thing called assortative selection. For the middle class or people who consider themselves to be middle class, cohabitation exists as a step on the
Steve, you're too amazing. Thank you for the love.
way to marriage, right? You live together and then you get married. Whereas for people who are not necessarily middle class or like lower middle class, etc., they see cohabitation as like a financial necessity, right? They have less money, so they move in together after shorter periods of time and they're like locked in. This is again where it gets weird. Please don't
I agree with Whiskey, right? Goals are very important for men. And a marriage gives men a goal, a duty, right? Protect and provide for your family. Love your family, right? Your wife, your partner and your kids.
get mad at me. This is the data. I don't want to fight with every single bean soup person in the comments. But like, again, the act of having children also sort of falls along these class lines. Again, don't get mad at me, where people who are upper middle class or higher middle class will have children after getting married or like much later in their lives, whereas people who are lower middle class or middle class, etc., will have children and then like live together and just sort of stay in that space. Waiting to wed was actually really interesting to me because a lot of people are really keen on like understanding your rights and privileges, right? It's not just about getting married to like get the ring in this like romantic sense. It is about owning property. It is about like getting something after you guys get divorced, right? It is this very sort of 2025 mindset of you have to get something out of this relationship, right? Something that I've talked about in a lot of videos, but that's good. Not just about this like fairy tale. It's about like, no, if he leaves you, you need to get something out of it. So that's where ultimately when I finished this, I came away with this.
If he leaves you, you need to get something out of it. 70% of divorces are filed by women. So men aren't leaving women. It is women leaving men, right? Yet you still need to get something out of it. And then you wonder why men don't clamor for marriage. Men are not the ones getting on one knee because men don't want marriage. Men don't want marriage. Men want long-term committed relationships because he's not going to put his ass on the line when you, as a woman, decide to leave. That is the fucking thing, right?
Understanding of like, it's not just begging somebody to marry you because you're like a loser. It's begging somebody to marry you or wanting to elevate your relationship to this other place because you need the financial legal protections. For my Vanderpump heads, we saw a similar situation happen with Vanderpump Rules, where Katie Maloney and Tom Schwartz were together for a long, long time, a decade. They finally get married. The first 4 seasons of the show, she was begging him to marry her, right? This is not me being mean. This is the TV. This is what was on the TV. She was like, propose to me, propose to me, propose to me. He didn't have a job, so he couldn't. They finally made enough money. They had this big wedding in season 5. They get divorced in season 10. And she's like, you never liked me. You never respected me. And a lot of people were like, well, he cheated on you. He threw beer on you twice. He cheated on you a lot. He disrespected you every single chance he got. Why would you really, really want to marry this man? A lot of people understand the idea of the sunk cost fallacy, right? Where it's like, well, I already spent 12 years with this fucking loser. I need to.
That's the stupidity of it, right? I mean, you can't necessarily compare that one to one. Here's a woman that he's describing in a relationship that was a shitty relationship, right? It was a shitty relationship. That's the thing, right? She was in a shitty relationship already, and yet she still wanted to get married. Is he seriously analyzing a TV show as an example of relationship people want? Yes, this is a thing where I, in my honest opinion, I think the people who actually been in long-term relationships, it's not necessarily a shitty relationship. I think, I mean, like I'm saying on average, right? I don't think it would be a shitty relationship.
Get something out of it. This idea that captures a lot of people, it's not just women, a lot of people end up in this like mentality of, I poured so much of my time, so much of my resources into this person, he's gonna like go off and have a better relationship with somebody else. No, I want this thing. And unfortunately, in a lot of these cases, you end up in this situation where it's like, well, he was a loser then. You married him and he's still a loser. We're seeing something sort of similar happen on Summer House, where I stand alone as like one of the few Amanda haters on all of existence, right? I just find it very odd how she has this like positioning now as like queen girl boss, where it's like, well, she was a situationship. Kyle cheated on her a ton, and whatever, there are many rumors swirling about what he's doing now. There are many rumors. She was like, let's get married, let's get married, let's get married. When somebody actually said Kyle cheats on you all the time, she literally stopped being Hannah Berner's friend because she was like, I want this more than I want to be friends with you. So she's having a sort of similar arc. We don't know if they're going to get divorced, but like every single season their marriage is in crisis because he is a 42-year-old DJ and he wants to be a DJ, and she's like, I don't really know what this is. But it's interesting where you find yourself again in the situation of being like, I really want to get married, I really want to get married. And it's like, well, the marriage isn't going to transform the relationship, right? This person is still this person. To end, that's where we come back to this.
I do agree with that. Okay. This is the problem with a lot of things where you're getting with that same person, right? The marriage in my opinion, it didn't change the person. It just pretty much amplifies whoever they are. So if you got with a shitty man and then you want to marry a shitty man, well, no duh. You think you're gonna get shitty results. Way too invested into a show. I agree. But this is the feminine mentality.
Concept of liminality, where it's this idea that you will be transformed. It's not only like the financial and the legal and the moral and the ethical. It's like, I want to feel like a different person. When I step through this door of marriage, I want to feel different, right? The relationship will be different. We will feel different. And a lot of married people will say, it feels so different. It feels so different, which like, sure. But I think what's interesting here is that often in these relationships, there will be one person who's ready to walk through that door and another person who is not. And when you have to drag the person kicking and screaming, that's where the tension exists. Also, just to end, weddings are also very expensive, and we are living in a moment of economic crisis. So again, financial considerations are like one of the huge things that prevent people from getting married. And that is the data cited there. And again, so a bunch of people asked, why is it so bad for the woman to propose outside of gender roles? What makes it so bad? This is part 2 of the sociology of begging someone to marry you. This video is going to be a little bit meaner. If you want to see the nice version where I was very empathetic, go to the video right before this one on my profile. So in case you missed it, we were talking about a bunch of people on this app, specifically one girl who proposed to her boyfriend, which apparently was an ad. I have not verified that for myself. The second video was the woman proposing to her boyfriend after 14 years, and they have 4 kids together. In my first video, I talked about the sociology and the data of like why people
Child, she didn't.
So a bunch of people asked, why is it so bad for the woman to propose to her boyfriend after 14 years and they have 4 kids together? In my first video, I talked about the sociology and the data of like why people want to get married and the legal and financial protections that
It does, and it combines finances. So it's a logical thing where you cohabitate, right? But the marriage part is, it's women, right? Women want marriage, not men. Cohabitation is a good thing. My marriage has been wonderful. I share that. See that red door? It's amazing, right? I love that.
you get from being married, right? A lot of people asked, why is it bad for a woman to propose specifically? Before I get into it, the one thing I do want to say is that I'm taking this question on good faith because I find it annoying, especially in sociology, when you talk about like social norms or social mores, people will say, well, I don't believe in that. And it's like, okay, great. You don't want to get married. You don't believe in X or Y or Z, but like people do, right? We live in a culture that valorizes and glamorizes marriage. You saying that you don't believe in it or you don't understand why it's crazy for a woman to propose is like, well, this is society, right? You not understanding the rules of society doesn't make them not exist. In reality, we are now living in a culture where a lot of the child rearing and
I think that's funny. Okay. I think that's a feminine mentality where, okay, if you don't like it, well, still it exists. Yet the feminine mindset nowadays constantly don't like shit, right? They don't like reality. They're delusional in that aspect. And I have hundreds of videos showing you that, right? Hundreds of videos showing you how women are delusional, how they don't live in reality.
and maintenance of the home is falling on women, right? Obviously, we're talking about cis straight couples. Women make less money than men. We are in a period of economic crisis where people really can't afford to have only one income. And if you do,
This is disingenuous, right? This is very disingenuous. Women don't make less money than men, right? Overall, it is such disingenuous. The pay difference, if you work the same job, is very, it's almost non-existent. So no, women don't make less than men. And here's the thing where things are changing, right? There are growing women that are making more than men. There are growing women that are getting more education than men. So no, right? The gap is honestly stupid. So this man who's supposedly intelligent shows such a lack of intelligence in this aspect.
Congratulations, but like most of the country cannot afford to live on one income, or like for the woman to stay home. That's not something that really exists anymore. Again, sociology is a study of the macro. We're not talking about your specific individual case. We're talking about society. So when you're getting married as a woman, you understand that most of the wedding planning is going to fall on you. You are eventually going to have to take care of the kids. You're going to have to take care of the house. Like, again,
on average, no. On average, because this is the thing where XY, the on average thing is still there's nuance, right? Because on average, they also include top earning men, right? So when you include top earning men compared to top earning women, yes, the disparity gets larger. But that's why the gender pay gap is very a stupid reasoning for anything, right? Because again, we are different. We are different. It is reality, right? Men work longer hours, men work more than women. Okay. And then you also include top earning men. Yes, there are men that are making millions to billions, while there are not as many women that makes million to billions. So when you add top earning men, the average is of course skewed. And you add on to how men work longer hours, men work, more days. Men work harder than women in general, right? So did you guys know that 70-80% of tax revenue? Yeah. Did you know that 70 to 80% of tax revenue is from men, right? Wrong. Everything is possible, but no one is gonna hand it to you.
Very, very stereotypical, but like this is what's happening in most American marriages. And so one of the few things that American society asks of men, outside of the like be a protector.
No, but this is then men don't necessarily make more, right? I mean, like if women did exactly the same amount as men, then that kind of takes away of this the skewing of the data, right? So if women work exactly the same amount of hours as men, work, they do exactly the same things as men, then women make just as equal to men. That's the thing where the data is skewed because of when other factors are involved. But again, there are plenty of men that don't work as hard or get with it's like, but fine, right? Even if men make more than women, okay, that doesn't change anything.
Or be a like provider, which again isn't really realistic because most women work full time. If you know that you have to take care of the kids and do laundry and go to the supermarket and drive the kids around and do all of this stuff, and the only thing that American society asks of men is to make that one leap, right? Make the choice and take your relationship to the next step. You can see why people are a little bit chagrined by the idea of the woman also having to do that. In the book Fair Play by Eve Rodsky, she talks about this like very, very unfair distribution of marital tasks, right? Where again, women are working full time and then also having to come home, take care of the kids, pay for daycare, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All the stuff.
I see this is the thing where maybe I should read this book. I may check this book out. But because this is the thing where I do want to eventually do a video talking about the emotional labor that women talk about. I think that's skewed because I think women talk about that to add more to their labor, right? To offshoot what men do. Now, I've said this before, right? I've stand on this, right? And I've said this before. I believe most relationships should be 50-50. She provides, he provides. He takes care of the kids, she takes care of the kids. He does domestic work, she does domestic work. That is my point of view. So I've said this before, and I've stand on this, where I believe most relationships for most people should be 50-50 or 100-100, whatever you want to say, right? Where both people are partners. So both people are contributing. So you can't be, oh, you know what? It's unfair because I'm doing more. Cut that shit out, right? He's doing just as much as you. That's why I say women, traditional women are gone, right? Stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home wives should be done with. No more stay-at-home. I mean, like, outside of the maternity leave, that is it. Once that's done, go back to work. Both men and women should take care of the household. Both men and women should take care of everything else equally. So we don't get the shit where women say, "Oh, I'm doing more," because I think that if I want to dig into that, but I think that's a bunch of BS.
that like makes up a life, women are doing more and more and more of it, while men are, I don't know. So again, if we are
that's why of course you don't know, right? Of course you don't know.
asking, if you are not wealthy and you have to pay for your wedding yourself, again, another thing that's falling on you guys as the couple, if the only thing that American society is asking of men to do is propose, you can see
That's not the only thing American society is asking men to do, right? It's asking men to honestly take most of the financial burden, if not all of it. Okay, that is what society is telling them. It's telling men to protect their family with his life, protect his family with his life. Okay, so it's not the only thing that proposing isn't the only thing society is telling a man to do. This is why, honestly, when gay men talk, they should stop talking, right? They should stop talking about heterosexual relationships because they honestly are not in it. So they don't know it. And when you listen to only women, yeah, no duh, you're going to get a skewed view. This is the issue with when it comes to gay men, right? Butting into heterosexual relationship because honestly, you only listen to women. That's it. You only listen to women. And here's my thing, right? This is why I have videos about women talking because I'm listening to women, right? Yet, as a heterosexual man, I have the viewpoints because I listen to men as well. I've listened to men as well. And men like this don't listen to other men, right? Men like this do not listen to other men. I've seen this man's content before. I didn't assume. I didn't assume. I've seen this man's content before.
why, again, especially in the waiting to wed subreddit, people are like, well, you guys have a house, you guys have kids, etc., etc.
And I can tell you this, XY. When I assume things, I say it. I because I've learned things from the internet, right? I try to as much as possible. I try to give clarifications or what is it? Footnotes or whatever, right? To the things I say because I know people will take my words out of context. So if I assume something, I'll say it.
Why is he not making this final step, right? You get a lot of like weirdness. People, the Reddit, I stopped going. I stopped Reddit altogether. In the Reddit specifically, people will say that horrible cow metaphor. But the idea is men are already getting everything. Married men live longer and are happier than unmarried men. Women initiate.
Again, that study is very Omni. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. That study again, the study of men living longer when it comes to marriage is honestly, I find it funny, right? Women love to use nuance for certain things, but for other things they don't want to. They don't do the nuance. Okay, and I already said it, right? Men don't live longer because of marriage. Men don't live longer because of the marriage itself. Men live longer because of being in a happy long-term relationship. Men could live without the marriage itself, right? Men can live without the marriage itself. Why men live longer when it comes to a relationship or a happy long-term relationship because it gives men a goal. Particularly for average men, it gives men a goal, a purpose, a direction in life. I need to provide and protect for my family. It's a duty, right? So let's say hypothetically, if a man is single, right? This is the thing where these studies are very skewed. They don't compare like other things. How about compare single men, but men that are accomplished, right? Single accomplished men, because again, I believe what will bring most men happiness or a longer life is having a purpose. With men with purpose in life, they live a longer life, in my opinion.
70% of divorces because they're unhappy with stuff that has happened in their lives, right? Mostly financial and like distribution of assets decisions or like distribution of marital workload decisions. So again, speaking specifically to cis straight people, when you are signing up for this, a life of this, right? It is understandable to say, well, if the only thing that we are asking of men in society is to
it's also funny, right? When you make being married to a man as such high level of unhappiness, why would men want to propose to women? this is like it's counter. It's not logical in a way, right? Yeah, women are just signing up for baby mama, daddy situationships, cohabitation. For I mean, again, you allow what you allow, right? Again, women allow what they allow, plain and simple. No man can do something if a woman doesn't allow it. So I'll say that for sure. But again, what's the drawback of that, right? What's the drawback of that? If you have kids with somebody, situationship cohabitation, it's kind of counterintuitive, right? It's counteracting to each other. You're not living with a situationship, right? So it's kind of weird. And having kids with a situationship, I mean, XY, that's disingenuous. But again, 60 plus years living with someone, right? Living with someone, having kids with someone, cohabitating with someone. What's the difference besides a piece of paper, right? See, that's the disingenuous mindset of that. But here's the thing. Women make marriage such an unbearable thing. Women make marriage such an unhappy thing. Why would men want to put that onto women? Why? Why would men even want to put onto themselves? Women hate marriages so much, right? They say so much shit about like, oh, being single. Single women live longer than married women, which is, I think that's not true, because I think married women live longer. But again, you make it sound so bad. Why is the purpose of, laughing man? What's up, my brother?
Propose, you can see why it's a sort of breach of societal expectations that the man isn't even doing that, right? If you're already getting everything and you're winning at every single scenario where it comes from this, on top of like being in love, et cetera, but like you're also winning in every other category, more likely to have someone to help you with every single decision in your life. Again, there is this sort of distress where it makes people sort of viscerally uncomfortable because they're like, wait, what is happening? Like, this is the one thing that you were supposed to do. And again, I saved it for the end of the video, but if we are going to get into the feminism of it all, something like 80% of women are still taking their husband's last names, right? We are not at a place of like full egalitarianism where it's like 50-50. Like whenever you see a bit,
but again, right? Big bars. What's up, my brother? But again, right? You said that 80% of women are getting their partner's last name. Though the 80% of women are not, the ones that are, women are proposing to them, right? So that's kind of different. 9-7. What's up?
if you see a video on here go viral where a man took his wife's last name, people freak out, and it's 2025, people are still freaking out. As someone who writes about cohabitation and marriage and divorce and studied this in grad school, I'm like, I don't think society is there yet, right? Like the data is fully supporting this idea that we're just not there yet. Because again, when you look at the data, a lot of people would rather just not get married than like do this themselves. And a lot of people either end up in stasis, where you end up in situations where you're proposing to your boyfriend after 14 years, or you end up not married, or you end up breaking up. And like, if we want to have a separate conversation about changing norms and like breaking down barriers and changing down this idea of like, why shouldn't women propose and why shouldn't women take the initiative and like be active agents in their own lives? Sure, you guys can have that conversation. I'm only here as like a researcher, but I'm telling you from all of my observations, being on the internet for 20 years, writing about this stuff, going to grad school 10 years ago, we are not there yet as a society where this is not going to elicit a societal freak out. And again, if you are pretending not to understand why, I've given you 15 reasons in this video alone. Go watch the other video too. That's also 6 minutes long. If you don't get it, you don't get it. But like, that it is what it is. So, but
I mean, it's not like I don't get it, right? I do understand it. But what I also is not talking about is that it's the hypocrisy. Right? I mean, women cannot have it both ways, right? You can't have it both ways where you want to eliminate gender norms. You want to say you are equal to men, right? You want to say that men need to do better, right? Because women are something so much better, which women aren't. Women are not better than men. They're average. Most women are average. Most women are average at best, right? So most women are not doing better than men. Most women are not better than men in any shape, form, or any shape or anything, right? So that's the thing. Yet women are still pushing that, the breaking of gender norms, which is that is women. So men are adapting, evolving. This shit like this, right? This right here, it shows you that men are evolving. They're not falling into the marriage trap.
Child, she didn't give a fuck what anybody thought because she ended up doing it. Look at her on her knees, like the clown she is, the dummy she is. Now that's a dummy, friends. She's 14 years in with 4 kids. 4 kids. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but...
See, XY said, buy a dog and exit early. Alone then, I guess. Why? Get a passport. It's like, why do we have to have only one way to live, right? So XY, an amazing woman, right? I love this woman. I love this woman, right? Buy a dog, exit early alone. Why? Why would you do that? Get a passport, travel the world. Right? My brothers, get a passport and travel the world. Don't deal with these modern day feminists. Right? And this is the thing where I also want to break the men are changing too. Men are not desiring marriage because it's not the end all to be all for men. So I love that with men, right? I love that the men are not, desiring marriage. Now, if you want it, fine, you propose. Why some women hate men?
4. She birthed 4 children for this man. She risked her life 4 times to bring his children in the world.
That's kind of disingenuous, right? Risk her life. The percentage of death from pregnancy is quite extremely low, right? So, and this is the thing where he risks his life every day, right? If he's a man, right? If he's an actual man, he risks his life every day to protect this woman. You might as well just say the same thing, right? Right? You might as well say the same thing. Men protect and provide. He risks his life every day to protect this woman. If you want to say the same thing, because the percentage of women dying from childbirth isn't a high percentage, right? So that's not a good reason.
And he couldn't even get on one knee and propose to her. She had to do it. That's crazy. Meanwhile, they live at home with their in-laws. Like, that man can't even put you up in a house. You have to live at home with your in-laws.
Now, I'm talking about marriage and longevity of life. I'm not talking about how you spend your life. I don't get it. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about marriage too. Explain. I don't understand that comment. Now, this is a thing where they look Hispanic, right? They're probably Hispanic. It's not a crazy thing for Hispanic people to live with their parents. Asian people do that, right? This is like immigrant families do this. This is the problem with a lot of black cultures and white culture. They don't live with their parents anymore, right? Their parents kicked them out early. So you judging an Hispanic family by your, American ideology is kind of idiotic. Okay. Again, for Asian people, right? For Asian people, they usually live with their parents. They usually live with the parents, or the parents come to live with them. So really, you kind of off base.
You're getting on one knee to propose to him? Girl. Here's my thing. No matter what you bitches say, I'm never going to get behind the women proposing trend. I think it's clown behavior. Get the fuck up off the floor.
Apostle, you forget the percentage of stillborn. I mean, that is not a high percentage, right? Again, you're talking about the exception, right? It's still the exceptions, right? Women that die from childbirth in the U.S. is still the exception, not the rule, right? Spontaneous, abortions and stillbirth, it's still the exception, not the rule, right? So,
because that's the least a man can do when he's truly in love with you. That's the least. Him proposing is the least he can do, because at the end of the day, we're the ones birthing children. At the end of the day, we're the homemakers. Like, we are.
What home are you making when you're living with his parents? And I find it funny, right? We're birthing children. Are those not your children as well? It's not like you're doing him a favor, right? They're your kids. Why do women seem like, birthing a man's children, like, okay, are you going to birth his children and give it to him? You're not, right? They're your kids, right? So you benefit from having kids. That's the insanity of it. you benefit from having kids. They're your kids. Women make it seem like, oh, you know, only men benefit from children. What the hell are you talking about? They're your kids. It's like women think that they give birth and then they just toss the kid to the father, right? So it's now yours, right? These are your kids, not my kids. I gave birth and now they're your kids. No, they're women's kids. They're their kids, right? So you make it seem like you're doing something that above and beyond. It's your kids.
Are doing most of the labor in the relationship, okay?
What's most of the labor in the relationship, right? I'm look out for this, right? I'm going to eventually do a emotional labor video. I don't know, video or live stream. I'm figuring it out. Because I think this whole emotional labor that a lot of women talk about is a lot of fluff. It's a lot of fluff, a lot of stupid shit, right? And there's a lot of things that they create themselves. A lot of labor, no, I don't think so. Right? Particularly, let's say this. Again, immigrant families, you have parents, your parents helping out, right? Your mother, your mother-in-law or your mother cooking, it's helping out raising the children. This is the difference between immigrant families from American families, right? There's a difference.
Men are going to hate me saying this, but we do. Let's just be honest. And your man can't get on one knee and propose to you. You have to, now y'all want to take that from them as well. At that point, you're just the man in a relationship. Like, what is there left for your man to do? We technically planned the wedding, so it's like, what is there left for the man to do? I'm just never going to support this. I think it's foolish, asinine, and desperate behavior. I don't want to keep seeing this trend. I don't like it. I think that as women, we're doing too much at this point. Like, if this is where it has to be in your relationship where you're getting on one knee and that man can't even get on one knee after 14 years and 4 kids, put on the clown mask, bitch, because you're in the fucking circus and that man is your fucking ringleader. You are a clown. Like, that's clown ass behavior. Are you fucking serious right now? Stop doing this shit. I'm tired of seeing this shit. I don't want this to be a trend. I don't want this to be normalized. We're not normalizing this. I refuse to accept this. I rebuke this in the name of the Lord, okay? Let a man be a man and get on one knee for you. And if not, leave. Leave. It took you getting on one knee for that man to finally marry you. Girl, get the fuck up and get some respect. Ciao.
I hope this comes norm, right? I hope it comes norm because I hope men stop approaching. Like I said, I hope men stop approaching. I hope more women would pay for dates. I hope this becomes a norm.
She didn't give a fuck what anybody thought because
Beautiful. See, here's another video. I'm noticing more of it too. And women in the comment sections is like hating this woman a lot. So it is crazy. A lot women are hating women like this. But I think it's interesting, right? I think it's interesting.
Viral video of the woman proposing to the man, and wouldn't you guess it, a lot of people have an issue with this. These are the same group of women that will sit there and claim that a lot of them end up being in marriages where they're not attracted to their husband, or only 100 years ago didn't have the ability to even choose who they got to be with. Like, they were just like giving away like property. Now you are seeing somebody having the choice and proposing, and that rubs people the wrong way. Because listen, I personally wouldn't want my girlfriend proposing to me, but at the same time, you being one of these people in the comments reinforces the very system these people claim that they are trying to get away with. And it is so true that these same people...
This is also why I think I would never, right? I will never listen to women when they say, oh, we want to dismantle patriarchy. We care about women's equal rights. We want women to be equal to men. Right? We want women to have equal opportunity, right? But what? Equal opportunity also say that women can propose too, right? Yet women are shaming other women for proposing. Yeah, I agree.
That will sit there and say, listen, you know, these 50-50 guys, why don't you just go find yourself a woman who's willing to do that? And then whenever they visually see a group, a couple that's not holding up the gender norms that they wanted to follow, they get upset with it. Because listen, I don't think people understand when you sit there and you don't have an opinion on something, like me looking at this and being like, oh, well, look, they're getting married, I'm so happy for them. That doesn't mean you have to go do it, okay? I'm a guy with pink hair.
I don't wish them that, oh, they're going to get divorced, or, you know, they're not going to. No, women do. Women are wishing that. Women are wishing the worst on them, right? Women are wishing the worst on people like this. Women are the ones who are attacking women like this, right? Women are doing it. Women are shaming other women. That's funny ass shit, right? That's the funny shit right there. Women are shaming other women for it. And that's the insanity of that, right? So I just find that extremely funny right there, right? I really do. So, okay.
Support them. But to see somebody who chooses to break that gender stereotype and maybe be the girl that proposes, maybe she's the one that's better at fixing cars, maybe, I know this one might sound crazy, but maybe she's texted him first, maybe paid for a date. I know these are crazy things, but everyone's all like, listen, dude, just go find your 50-50 girl. Then they see somebody that's like willing to do the thing that they're not, and they're like, oh, I hope this is AI, you know, can't be me. Because a lot of the women that are,
and I always think that's funny, right? Women do say that. Okay, go find the women that would do 50-50 with you, right? Go find the women that would do 50-50 with you. Okay, he did. Go find the women that, you know, would propose to you. Okay, he did. Right? Go find the women that would, you know what, cater to you. Go find the women that would, you know what, give you kids. Go find the women that would, you know, do whatever for you. They do, right? Men do. Men don't. This is the thing, like the first video I show. Don't deal with these unruly women. Don't deal with these masculine women. Don't deal with it. This is the problem, right? When you see shit like this, it shows you that men are not desperate, right? And I love it. I love it when men are not desperate, they're on top. Men that are not desperate, they are fucking on top. And that's the problem. When you are desperate, it's over. It is over. Do not be desperate, my brothers. Don't be desperate, right? And this is why I say you focus on yourself, right? You gain that self-love. You gain that self-respect, right? You focus on yourself. You better yourself, right? You better yourself mentally, physically, financially, right? So travel the world so you don't be desperate for women. Yes, we don't want them to change. Just go away.
over here being like, oh, this could never be me. Why don't you find a actual human being who likes you back first, you know, before you start saying this? But that's my opinion. But hey, what do you think? So I'm sure everybody has seen
women proposing to men is so interesting to me because in truth, in like modern dating, there's nothing wrong with that. But like for how angry people get about it, like you would think this was one of the most unforgivable acts you could ever do. And here's the weird part. The hatred is almost exclusively directed at the woman who proposed. Huh? Like the instance that occurred that is getting people riled up is apparently a girl waited for 14 years before she finally proposed to her man. The amount of women that got so angry at her for doing that is so funny to me. Keep in mind, that's the only context that people know. I waited 14 years and then I proposed. That's like incredibly wholesome. What could you be angry about? Brother, I hear that that's apparently like anti-feminist. How? Like, what? That's the reason why I say that, bro. Because if you're going to maintain like the dude has to propose, and outside of a few outlier situations, brother, I have never spoken to a woman that ever thought in her head that like, oh no, I'm gonna be the one that proposes. Yeah, no, the guy, he doesn't have to propose. Brother, if you've ever spoken to a woman, you realize, oh my goodness, you not only expect to be proposed to, you have a full Disney cinematic of how you want it to be done. Like, it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, you know, AI, I try to do ChatGPT. Every time I try to talk to ChatGPT for certain things, like let's say men's content, they are very, no, they don't do, they would say, no, men's content is very, you know, misogynistic and risky. Okay.
like like their political affiliation at all. They weirdly share this one thing. The reason why it's strange to me is of all the things that change in modern dating, the one thing that you want to keep is arguably like one of the most like leverage-filled positions there is. I understand this, bro. I hate looking at relationships through the point like the point of view of leverage because you become very cynical when you do that. No, I strictly want you to look at it for the sake of this argument under that lens. Women control whether a relationship occurs at all. Like whether a date happens, whether a talking phase happens, how many dates you have to do for the relationship to occur. Like a relationship is not official until C confirms that it's official. Okay? Like all of that. All of that leverage-wise, that's what they have. By insisting that the dude has to propose, you unwittingly give the dude all the leverage for any meaningful relationship. You're telling me that, like, you would wait for 14 years before you would consider proposing? Brother, most marriages don't even go 14 years. All the dudes that heard that information were like, wait, what do you mean? Brother, you held a relationship for 14 years? And all you had to do was just not bring the ring out?
And that's the thing where, like, you gotta think, right? Marriages might not even last that long. Marriages might not even last 14 years. So this man was in a relationship with her for 14 years. Like XY was saying 60 years plus. That's an accomplishment. Seriously. You're in a relationship for 60 years plus? Marriages don't even last that long sometimes, right? Some marriages can't even last that long. So amazing that a woman would stay with a man she's not married to for 60 years, for 14 years. That's an accomplishment. That man won. That man won. So really, you know, not a bad thing.
That's it? Of course, there's probably more context there, but like, brother, that is like earth-shattering information. Like, proves that saying that, like, yeah, no, women determine whether a relationship occurs at all. They hold the key to a relationship. Men hold the key to marriage because they just insist that they will not propose. All right, okay, those are the rules. Okay, play by them. Women proposing to men is so interesting.
Exactly. I mean, like, they were both committed, right? They were both committed to each other. So it's not the worst thing. I thought this was interesting. I wanted to end this segment with this one. She's lifting the man. Gender inequality, right? I'm a feminist. I promote that shit. Feminism, right there. That is this is a thing where women want to change things up. Well, you're going to get it. You are going to get it. Men are evolving. Men are changing. So you are going to get what you want. So let's see if you still want it. Let's see if you still want it. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I hope everyone's well. I hope everyone's doing well. No plans for Christmas. I'll probably do a stream, right? I mean, I spent whiskey. You were here last time, right? Me and Whiskey, we on stream. We spent Christmas together. All right. Like Whiskey donated a Christmas present to me, and we watched a Christmas an old Christmas special. All right. So, it was cool. It was cool. It was it was an interesting time. So it was an interesting time. Little Joanna, right? Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the comments. I love it. Thank you for the comments. And I think it was fun, right? Last Christmas it was interesting being on live stream with you guys. So I probably would do it again this year. So I'll probably do that again. Again, I spend all my time with you guys. That's why I love you guys, right? Red Door, thank you for being here. All right, let's check out some more videos. Let's check out some more videos. This is interesting, right? So the man is exercising while his girlfriend is watching him, keeping an eye on him. Her friends, he's probably out there cheating on you. Her, nah, I make him FaceTime me wherever he goes. Checkmate. If this is true, then that is, I don't know, not worth it. It's not worth it. Now, if they're just doing it because, they miss each other or whatever, that's cool. But I mean, they're doing it because, she needs to keep an eye on him. Yeah, that's not worth it.
34-year-old Zhang Jing. Meet 34-year-old Zhang Jing. She's at a marriage market in Chongqing, China, looking for a match. So what's a marriage market? Think of meet 30
You're not being picky. If many men don't measure up, then you're being picky, right? If many men don't measure up, then you are being picky. And yes, these Chinese women are really getting desperate over there. They are, which is funny because there are more men in China than there are women, which is quite funny. And that women cannot find men at all. I've said this before. This is the poison of feminism for you. Okay. So all the women that we've seen, right? This is the result, right? So it's either women are desperate for marriage, but yet they still can't get marriage because they're still delusional, or they just stay single. And this is why I promote it, right? I promote it. Women should just stay single. Just stay single. Be single for the rest of your life. Men, my brothers, travel the world. Travel the world. This is a Western women's and it is, right? I'm sorry. Feminism is what's poisoning countries like China, Japan, South Korea. Feminism. So this is why, my brothers, get the passport, travel before feminism is affecting the rest of the world. It's a dangerous thing.
This is why you do
All right, let's check this one out.
This is why you do not marry a loser, okay? This is very, very important. We were away at Thanksgiving with my family, and I started to feel really, really sick. My husband is my greatest friend and advocate, so like he's bringing me plates, he's making sure that I am getting medicine. We leave early, he drives the whole way home, 5 hours home. I'm napping in the passenger seat beside him, and he just completely takes the reins, even stops at Taco Bell for your girl. We get home, he puts me in bed upstairs, and is like, I just fall asleep. When I resurface to the world, he has unpacked the car completely, has done all of our laundry, like has not just done his laundry, has done my laundry, has started doing like our linens. He unloaded the dishwasher and cleaned the kitchen and like cleaned all the dishes in the sink. Only like unloaded the car, but also unpacked everything because he knows that it drives me nuts when we get back from trips and like just live out of suitcases. So I'm like, we have to unpack first thing. He unpacked everything, put everything away because we had like, you know, like serving platters and salad bowls that we had brought with us because it was Thanksgiving. Put it all away. Went to the grocery store, picked up dinner because I wanted Chinese food really badly, and he was like trying to make dinner and I was like, no, I just want Chinese food, please. And we have groceries for the week, fresh laundry for the week. My house has been completely reset for me. I have to do a thing all while I was just in bed like this for hours. I just can't imagine having a partner in life who like literally stood up in front of people and said, I'm gonna be your partner in life, who would see that you're sick and see that you're struggling, wouldn't immediately like just put on the captain hat and say, I've got this. This is my thing now. You go be unconscious for a bit, and when you wake up, all of this is gonna be taken care of. What a treat. What a delight. This is exactly how it's supposed to be, and like the whole reason you enter a partnership in the first place. You know what I mean? This is why you do not marry.
I mean, Omni said it right. They seem gobsmacked when there's a simple, loving relationship. This is a thing where, at the end of the day, it's who you pick, right? If that's the man you picked, that's who you picked. She found a man that would take up the slack, a man that, you know, does a lot of labor. Great. This is the thing where women show it every day. There are men like that. Are you attracted to those men? Do you want those men? Do you search for those men? Do you get a chance with those men? That's the thing. There are men out there like this. The problem is, do you qualify for those men? Do you want those men? Out of the woman's mouth, right? So it's not like there aren't men like that. But do you want those men? It's plain and simple, right? Like, you want a great husband? Well, find him. He's there. Do you want him? Would you love him? Would you stay with him? This is the problem we find, right? Plenty of women get with good men, but they don't really love good men, right? They settle for them because they find them stable, they find them good, and then they leave good men. So
there are women that date men that make 40 to 50K a year. Okay. The problem is you men don't like the way those women look. All right. They don't look like models. They're average, sometimes below average. And unfortunately, if you want a baddie, you're going to have some baddie money. Okay. Or you're going to have to deal with average looking women. All right. It's funny because I was dating men. I'm not dating anymore. But when I was dating men who made 40 to 50K, just the way they would act like, sir, you're average, I'm average. Like, what are we talking about? The arrogance some of y'all have. The same way y'all are quick to call women delusional and they need to be more humble. Some of y'all need to take your own advice. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
but they were dating you. So what do you mean the ego? I mean, most men date. Most men date. I mean, by dating says most men are attracted to most women. They were dating you. This is why, this is the ridiculousness. Men are not asking for baddies. Now, just like women, right? Men would love a top tier woman, right? Women would love a top tier man. Yeah, but again, most men are not delusional in thinking that, oh, I'm going to get, a top tier woman. No. So what was his ego, right? Because he wasn't listening to you? Because he didn't follow because he didn't do the things you want him to do? That's why he's egotistical? That's why he has ego? It's honestly, sometimes it's ridiculous. They were dating you. If they wanted baddies, why would they date you? Right? Why would they date you? What would be the point of dating you if they wanted baddies? It's kind of ridiculous.
Guys, what's it called when a guy that you've been seeing for like 9-10 months doesn't want to be exclusive with you, and then after he told you he doesn't want to be exclusive with you, asked to leave a toothbrush here, and then like, you know, another item like contact solution, and then told you he's going to leave for the winter, and then the next time after that time that you see him, he tells you he should probably leave a pair of slippers here, like house slippers. What is that called? Guys, what's it called when a guy...
Situationship. Seems like a situationship.
That you've been seeing for like 9-10 months doesn't want to be exclusive with you, and then after he told you he doesn't want to be exclusive with you, asked to leave a toothbruch here, and then like, you know, another item like contact solution, and then told you he's going...
No, Steve, you seem like a a traditional man sometimes, right? And that's perfectly fine. And my brother, right? When we hit 10K, let's travel, right? We'll travel. So we'll see. But yeah, get a passport. Let's travel the world. Again, she's talking about situationship. But this is right. This woman here shows you, right? Just like the first woman, you choose said men. This is the problem I find with women, right? I really find this problem with women. Stop blaming men when you choose them. Just like the other women. Stop blaming men. You chose them. I mean, the first woman you've seen, you chose that man, right? You chose him. So what are you complaining about? You chose him. Plain and simple, right? So if he's good, great. You did amazing. You chose amazing. If he's bad, well, it's still on you, right? You can't say that, you know what, you chose an amazing man, props to you. But then if you chose a bad man, it's the man's fault. If you allow a situationship, then you allow a situationship. That is on you. No one forces you. It's not because of the man, it's because of you. You chose it.
He's tall, but he's a 4 out of 10, or he's short, but he's a 9 out of 10.
Tall. Face card doesn't.
So you go for the tall, even though he's a 4 out of 10?
It has to be tall.
Oh, wow. Okay, all right. He's reserved but thoughtful, or adventurous but unpredictable?
Adventurous, because I'm a very adventurous person as well.
Okay, all right. Do you rather him younger than you or older than you?
Doesn't really matter, isn't it? But I'll go for younger.
He's extrovert but needy, or introvert but loyal?
Extrovert. I don't like quiet guys.
Tall, but he's a 4 out of 10, or loyal but broke?
It has to be tall. I'm regional that.
Adventurous but unpredictable, or rich but flirty?
Oh, rich and flirty.
Okay.
You can flirt with as many girls as you want, but you gotta be rich.
Younger than you, or affectionate but jealous?
Younger.
Extrovert but needy, or short king but he earns 90k a year?
90k.
Your choices are going to go against each other now. Tall but 4 out of 10, or rich but flirty?
Tall. Has to be tall.
Okay. Younger, or short king but earns 90k?
90k.
And the final now, tall but he's a 4 out of 10, or short king but he earns 90k a year?
Has to be tall. You know, money can be earned, but he has to be tall.
So he's a 4 out of 10?
Doesn't matter.
Or short king and he's earning 90k?
He has to be tall. Money can be earned at any time. Whoa. He has to be tall.
All right. And I guess the tall but 4 out of 10 is the winner. He's tall.
And then you wonder why women suffer in dating, right? I have no sympathy for women. Right? The values that women have is honestly very skewed, right? It's very skewed. But at the end of time, it's like, at the end of the day, right? No one forces a woman to choose who they choose, right? Women will choose who they want, plain and simple. Today's age, right? You can blame, you can say a whole lot of shit about men, but at the end of the day, women chose that man, right? The woman chose that man. She wanted that man for whatever it is. No one forced her to be with said men. No one. No one can force women to do that.
We can't get mad at these 50-50 guys, even though I know we want to, because it's not their fault. They were raised by either a single mother or a woman in a relationship where, for whatever reason, she was struggling and had to work and take care of the kids.
Machiavelli, what's up, my brother?
and that's all they know. If they saw their mom working their whole life, the chances are they're not going to give you that soft life because you can't undo years and years and years of damage. So don't get mad at them. It's not their fault. Just know what to look for. Make sure you ask them how they grew up and what kind of woman they're looking for. And we can't get mad at these 50-50 guys, even though I know we want to, because it's not their fault. They were raised by either a single mother or a woman in a relationship where, for whatever reason, she was struggling and had to work and take care of the kids, and that's all they know.
But you, like, it's not just that. We have generations of women saying that you don't need no man, right? You are strong, you're independent, you don't need no man. It's not necessarily because raised by a mother, a single mother, or seeing your mother struggle that you want to do 50-50. No, it's not. I don't even think it's because of that. It's because of women are honestly the ones that are spouting out the bullshit. It is women who's saying all these crap that, you don't need no man. You can do it all on your own. Right? And you talk about money, you talk about all this stuff. Well, it's you. So it's not necessarily about, the single mother that's raising you, that's why you want 50-50. Not necessarily because, I don't know, any other crap because you want 50-50. No. It's because women out here constantly spout out, feminist ideology. And also, a lot of these women don't deserve anything more. Right? This is the insanity. This is the insanity of it, right? Women constantly said, they put so much labor into the relationship. Okay, well, then let's do 50-50, where it's shared, right? So women are the ones who spout out, I do so much labor in the relationship. Okay, then let's share it. Let's split it. Let's do a partnership where we both share in the labor of everything. Financial labor, domestic labor, childcare labor. Right? So you can't complain anymore because he's contributing.
Yeah, I know I'm ready to be in love. Men don't know that women don't view sex emotionally anymore. We dead ass are looking at it as an activity, something to do, a transaction, if you will, sometimes. Just because a woman has sex with you don't mean she's in love with you, baby. It means you caught her on a good night and she was horny. I've had this happen to me. Probably, I think twice within the last couple years. That's why that man felt a type of way when he was sick and the girl was like, no, I'm not your girlfriend. I ain't about to go bring you no food. He felt a type of way because he thought, bitch, we had sex. What you mean? You don't like me? No, nigga. She was just horny. You caught her on a good night. Men don't know.
See, that's the thing where, again, I want to show these kind of things where it shows you that, you want to break the gender norms. Okay, let's do it. It's not men. It's not men that are out here trying to break, what was traditional, the gender norms or the old school ideology. It's not men, right? Men are not the one who's trying to break it. It's women. It is women who are trying to break all the ideologies of the past. It is women, not men, right? So since women are the ones who are trying to break all the gender norms, well, guess what? You are going to see the results of it. And here's the insanity, right? Women like this, right? Saying that, okay, so let's what'd she say?
That women don't view sex emotionally anymore. We dead ass are looking at it as an activity, something to do, a transaction, if you will, sometimes.
Okay, so sex is not that important. So men can get sex from you without commitment. Great. This is why I said it. Women create hookup culture. Women create, situationships. Women create it because it's not that big of a deal. We can have their body. Or men, I don't really like, hookup culture or, high body counts. I'm not really for that. So, but the players, the men that women like this want, well, they don't need to, go above and beyond. It's just sex, right? It's just sex. So you don't need a relationship. But if men can get sex without a relationship, men are golden. Just like this is the thing where women constantly putting down marriage. So that's why, like the other video, right? Men can now get relationship with women without marriage. Men are fine with that too. This is the thing where women don't understand the repercussions of their actions. If men can get it without the trouble of, let's say, other things. Let's say if men can get sex with you without the trouble of relationship, well, men are going to do that. If men can get a relationship with you without the trouble of a marriage, men would do that. Men tried the path of least resistance, right? Men try the path that wouldn't be a detriment to them, right? But again, what is that result? And this is the thing where women don't understand that there are repercussions, there are consequences to your actions.
Y'all, I know I'm ready to be in love. I'm ready for that boring part where like nothing's going on. And we just finished our day. I just finished folding up the laundry and he's ready to cuddle and he tells me to come here and we just lay. He's reading a book, telling me what's going on in the book, and we're just talking. I'm ready for that. I'm ready for the boring. Y'all, I know.
Yeah, well, he don't want it because he can get the body anyway, so he don't need the boring with you because there's again, it's not worth it. This is the thing where women don't understand how sex gives a man an incentive, a goal, right? A goal in mind. If he can get sex from you, why would he deal with the other stuff with you? There's nothing. This is the thing where women have made sex transactional. There's no love in it. There's no love in sex anymore, right? Sex is just sex, not love making. It's not love making. I can be like, foolish and utopian, right? Or, fanciful. There's no love in it. It's just sex. So what do you get? You are going to get just sex. There's no feelings in it. And there's repercussions to that.
Okay, so with my experience in dating, I learned a couple of tricks on how to navigate in these waters, especially if you're coming across having a situationship. So what you got to do is when y'all have sex, you literally got to fuck him and leave him. Like, you got to go. Either he got to go or you got to go. Y'all cannot be hugged up and shit and doing long aftercare. No. Like, do what you need to do and as quickly as possible. Not like immediately afterwards. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Show some respect. But as soon as possible, get the hell up out of there. And then you have to keep the personal information at a minimum. I got a situationship that's been in my back pocket for the last 3 years. And I don't think he know about me is that I'm from Detroit and I got 2 baby daddies and 3 kids.
And then she says she's ready for the boring shit. What? Women don't realize that they have pretty much built their life that they only qualify for situationship. Never settle for a 304. And that's the thing. Why even settle for women like this? Why want the relationship with women like this? This baby mama of 2, right? By 2 men, 3 kids. She's just situationship. That's it. That's all she qualifies for is to be a situationship.
He cannot tell, oh, and my birthday. That's it. Y'all cannot be friends on social media. It's just one of them things. I don't feel like going into the psychology of it all. But no, if you're in a situationship, y'all do not need to be following each other on no social media. And also pay attention to yourself. Like, if you get to a point where you starting to notice like you like him a little bit, y'all either need to have a conversation or y'all need to end things. Do not wait that shit out. The only thing that's gonna happen is as a woman, it's gonna fuel your delusion, and you're gonna end up hurting because he won't be able to meet you where you're at because he's not there. You know what I'm saying? So if you starting to like him, y'all need to talk. If he say, yeah, this ain't that, y'all need to cut it out. At least give, like me and my situationship, anytime I start to like him, because he is very easy to like, he let me like just peace out. And then he'll just.
Women are meant for the streets. I'm sorry. Not all women, of course, not all women, but so many women. It's like, she's literally saying, right? This man that she likes, she can only get a situationship from him. I swear to God, women are their own worst enemy. Women are their own worst enemy. I mean, they devalue themselves, right? They devalue themselves. They don't think they're worth anything. They pick men that also don't value them. Women pick men that also don't value them. And then you're surprised. And then you're surprised that you are suffering, that, you get with the liars, the cheaters, the abusers, right? And then you say there's no good men out there. Because why? Because you choose bad men. And now you're saying there's no good men out there.
Do his random little check-ins, but he let me dictate like when we're on and off, and I appreciate that so much. But also, me and him been doing this for a couple years now, so it's like we have an understanding. Like, we've already had that tough conversation. We have already admitted that we like each other, but our core principles do not align, and we both have acknowledged we should never dive in those waters of trying to get to know each other deeper, because we are going to get on each other's nerves because we are so different, like in our core.
Yet he is good enough to share your body with, right? A man that doesn't have a man that doesn't share your same values, he's good enough to have your body. This is why women, honestly, why a lot of men don't see value in a lot of women, right? Because you give your bodies to men you can't get in a relationship with, or you don't see long-term relationship with. And then you put so much expectation on men you do see relationship in. What does he get? What is the man that you see a relationship, relationship material, right? What does he get? That the man that you don't see any relationship material with, what does he get that other man didn't get? I mean, like, you're a baby mama of two men, 3 kids. You have a situationship that you can't get in a relationship with, even though you said you kind of like him. And then the man that would give you commitment, what is he getting? So being better for women like this gets you what?
Beliefs. It's not gonna work. So we don't even, but we have said out loud, like, we do like each other, but we constantly do emotional check-ins because hell no. But yeah, I don't suggest you get into a situationship if you are looking for love. Like, right now, the space that I'm in, I want to be connected to someone. So me and him are obviously not on, because it's just gonna cloud my judgment, and no, like, I don't want to be, like, I want to be available. I want for my husband, when he finds me, I want to honestly say,
your husband? I'm sorry. The life you live, this is the thing where a lot of women gotta understand, right? Is it impossible? No, it's not impossible. It's improbable, right? It's improbable. Your husband? You have 2 baby daddies. You have 3 kids. You have a situationship you are talking on public with, right? You're giving your body to a man you can't get a relationship with. It's like, and you think you get marriage? I mean, like, you're not marrying a man of value, right? You're not going to be marrying a man of value.
Say, like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't just fucking nigga last night. Okay, so.
And this is the problem with a lot of Kendra G women, right? That's them right there. It's like, what man of value, of any kind of value, right, would see value in her? She has none. I'm sorry. Because even the typical women value, right, her body used up, right? She's given to men, just a whole bunch of different men, for situationship purposes, or like men that she can't get long-term relationship with. So men that, are low value, in my opinion, right? Particularly in the dating. And then her womb, it's 2 other men have used it up, right? She's not getting younger. That's the thing where the typical women value, there's not much. And then what is it? Other values, like what? You're not going to provide for him. You're not providing for him. It's like, women don't understand. Being with a lot of women, it's just, honestly, They don't. What's the point of being better, right, for women like this? These are average, kind of below average women. What's the point of being better for women like this? You'll be better for women that, honestly, it's worth it. It is worth it to be better for. Sadly, a lot of these women aren't.
I'm ending my day thinking. And I know that I fucked up really bad with the choices that I made to be my baby father. But I really do hope that God sees that I really just want a good life for my daughters. I fucked up. I own my shit. I fucked up. But I really hope that maybe with the work that I'm putting in, that maybe God will just show my daughters some grace. Like, don't let the world be as harsh to them.
Sadly, you know, a lot of kids emulate their parents. Sadly, a lot of kids will emulate their parents. My ex, right? I should have seen the signs. Her grandma was a single mom. Her mom was a single mom. Because of her habits, right? Because of her habits, it pushed me away from her, right? Because of her habits. I was willing to be with her. I loved her. I really did. I mean, even though the shit she's done to me, I still loved her. But still, she pushed me away. She still pushed me away. So, again, a lot of times, it's very hard to break that cycle. It is very, very hard to break that cycle. Maybe it's a psychological thing. So a lot of times, well, the life you live, most likely your daughter's going to live that same life.
It is to me. Like, let me, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me take all this on the chin and just let my daughters have a smoother path. I don't want them. You know what I mean? I don't want them following my footsteps. I just want to help guide their journey. That's it.
Which is stupid because honestly, your journey was messed up. So you guiding their journey is not a good thing. You are not a good beacon of example. And honestly, like, maybe if you have evolved, maybe if you learned, but it's like, have you actually learned? You know, like I said, like the first video talking about how little women think about their bodies, right? Well, just sex is just to have fun, right? Sex is just, you know, give it just for a transaction. Well, then that also shows you your mindset. The second one, you know, you having a situation also shows your mindset. So really, have you gotten smarter with age? Not really. Have you got wiser with age? Not really. Right? And this is a problem with a lot of these women. They think God will actually perform that miracle for you. It's kind of foolish. Honestly, it's kind of foolish. It's not going to happen like that. And for most women, it's not going to happen like that. So that's something that a lot of women got to understand, right? So, yeah, you know, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck because you might fall into the trap. Or your kids might fall into the trap that you did too. So, yeah. What do you guys think? All right, guys.
那美女，你说一下你的基本情况。
All right, I want to end out on this video, right? I want to end out on this video. Let's end out on this video, all right? I've said this plenty of times before, right? How feminism is destroying China, right? In my particular opinion, feminism is destroying China. So I always like checking out these videos, right? With these Chinese creators where they talk about feminism or they talk about the dating environment in China. And it shows it's a good example of what, the destruction that feminism brings, right? This one is China Unvarnished, right? Always a good, I watch this channel from time to time. So let's check it out, right? Let's check this one out.
呀，我89年，然
嗯
后现在是在广州有房有车，我做
嗯
美业的，然后现
嗯
在年入的话也就是80到100万，
啊，那挺
然
优秀的
后对，然后我现在就是离异带一个孩子
啊。
啊，然后目前就是这种情况。
那你找另一半的话有什么要求呢？
另一半，我肯定想找一个比我更优秀一点的嘛。
For a partner, I definitely want someone who is a bit more outstanding than me. And in a first tier city like this, I think at the very least, his salary must be higher than mine. You are an older woman, I think she said divorced, with a child, and you want someone better, right? You want a better. Then you better be dating someone that's 20 years older than you, right? You better be dating someone that's 20 years older than you. This is the problem with, like, hypergamy is also affecting China, right? Again, a lot of the feminist consequences, a lot of the feminist, bad habits, ideology is affecting China as well, right? And I think it's affecting China to a higher degree. So it's always good to see, what the results can be like.
然后像现在这种一线城市，我觉得最起码薪水的话。
She should be happy to have a job in China. She should. She should be happy to find a productive man, a man that doesn't need her support, right? This is the problem with feminism, right? This is the problem with feminism. You should be happy to just find a productive adult, a fellow productive adult, where you guys can then combine resources, right? Then you can combine resources. That's the thing. He's a productive adult. You're a productive adult. Together, you guys are probably more productive, right?
肯定要比我高嘛，就收入这一块。
嗯
200万以上。
An annual income of at least over 2 million yuan, and about height because I'm 1.7 meters tall. He must be taller than me. It's still the delusion, right? This is the problem we say, right? Lower value, right? She's older. She has kids. She's been divorced, right? Lower value, higher expectations. Lower value, higher expectations. This is the poison of feminism, right? This is the poison of feminism.
然后身高的话，因为我是1.7米，他肯定要比我高嘛。
那至少1.75米以上，对吧
？1.75米左右都行。然后在广州有房有车，不要有贷款。如果说是未婚，那就更好了。
你觉得你这个合理吗？
我觉得也不是不可以实现。
I think it's not impossible. It can be achieved. Dreams must exist. What if they come true? Women live in a fantasy, right? Women live in a fantasy. They live in a fantasy. Again, this is why I always say, right? Even though I say, my brothers, get a passport, travel the world. You need wisdom. You need intelligence, right? You need wisdom and intelligence when you're traveling the world, because you could still get effed over when you travel. No different than you get effed over in the States, right? If you are stupid, you are only going to suffer, right? If you are stupid, if you are like a fool, you will only suffer when you travel. So you got to have wisdom. That's why I said, work on yourself, work on your mind, right? Not just your body, not just your finance. Work on your mind. Gain that intelligence. Gain that wisdom.
梦想总是要有的，万一实现了嘞，是吧？
是这样子，你能听真话吗？
可以啊。
你这个要求我觉得非常不合理。首先，如果我是这样的男生的话，我一定。
First of all, if I was a man, so if I were such a man, I would never consider someone like you.
不可能考虑你这种类型的。这是第一。第二呢
？Second, I think you're basically making a wish. You might as well just make money properly. Otherwise, you'll either stay single for the rest of your life, or you can go find a younger guy, let others provide you emotional value, and you provide them financial stability. That's enough. Or I mean, again, or you find a man that's like 20 years your senior, right? 10 to 20 years your senior. Okay, that could always be a thing. I mean, if you don't want to provide for a younger man, then you find a man that's much older than you, right? 10 to 20 years older than you. That probably will get it, right?
我觉得啊，你这完全是在许愿。
Ask a guy what kind of woman they want, and they downplay details. It just needs to be fun and nice. Women, it's like, oh, let me give you the list. Exactly. Men are very simple, right? Men are simple. It's like someone I find attractive and someone that's nice to me, right? Someone that's respectful to me, someone that's loyal to me. Very basic, very simple.
你还不如直接好好搞钱，要不你就孤独终老，要不呢你就找弟弟给别人提供情绪价值，然后让别人给你提供情绪价值，你给别人提供经济能力就可以了。
哎，不是的，你主动采访我了。
No, you're the one who actively interviewed me. Now you tell me this. What do you mean?
现在跟我说这个，你啥意思啊？
She's
就是你们
upset.
帮我找不
So
到，是不
you
是？
guys just can't find a suitable partner for me, right? Fine, then goodbye.
啊，那就在。
于很多兄弟们给我私信问我。
Given that so many brothers have messaged me asking, Ms. Zhou, why are you still single? I really don't understand it myself. Let me reply once for all. From now on, please don't ask again. Everyone knows I stayed in my hometown for a while before, and the reason I couldn't stay there was because it was extremely hurtful to my self-esteem. My mom talked to a matchmaker on the phone, saying how tall and how heavy her daughter is, but didn't mention my age. My mom is quite smart. Once she sent my photo, the matchmaker said I was beautiful. Then when she mentioned my height and weight, oh my, she said I was basically every man's dream girl. Then she said, there's a young man from a certain family who has a bachelor's degree, and he works in the official system, very good and very outstanding. Then she asked, how old is your daughter again? And my mom said, in her early 20s. The matchmaker asked, what zodiac sign is she? My mom said, she's a horse. The matchmaker heard that and said, aren't people born in the year of the horse already 33, almost 34? My mom said she looks young, just like someone in her early 20s. The matchmaker said this won't work. Even divorced men nowadays have very high standards. They don't want women over 30. It's very hard to find someone. Then the matchmaker tactfully rejected my mom. After being rejected, my mom felt upset and treated me very badly. So brothers, don't ask me again why I'm still single, okay? As soon as they hear how old you really are.
No, you should be asking why, like, it's not why you're still single, right? Why were you single? Why didn't you find a man in your early 20s? Why? Most likely, and again, the poison feminism, you focus on your career. You focus on your degree and your career. Great. I will say this to any woman, right? I will say this to my daughter. In life, do not expect you can get it all. Now, if you could, right? If you could get it all, great for you. You won the lottery. But do not expect to win the lottery. That's the thing. That's the mindset. Do not expect to win the lottery. So if you take the path where you focus on your degree and you focus on your career, do not expect to like, oh, you know what? When I'm done focusing on these things and accomplish a good amount in my degree and my career, then I'm going to focus on a man. That's stupid, right? That is stupid. It really is, because you can't have it all, right? Because if you want to accomplish the best in your degree and in your career, you have to put effort into it. You have to make it a priority. So if you succeeded in that, it showed you because you made it a priority. But then when you put a man to the back of your priority list, and then later on when you are now less valuable in the dating market, now you put a man to the priority, men don't like that shit. Okay, you didn't view me as a priority when you were younger, when you were, have less baggage, have less life experience, right? Maybe more feminine, more, maybe more soft, maybe more agreeable, or had chance where, we could have had more kids, right? You didn't care put me a priority during that time, your prime. But when you're past your prime, now you make me a priority. Or I don't even think women still make a man a priority, right? I think women never make a man a priority, right? So, no duh, since you don't make men a priority, you constantly fail at dating because men were never a priority on your list. Yet women can't see, like, why am I keep failing in dating? Because you don't understand. You make education a priority. You make career a priority, and you succeed in those things. And yet you don't put men as a priority, and then you fail at that? Aren't you intelligent enough with your degree, with your life experience to understand that because you didn't give a shit about the man? No duh, you fail at it. And that mindset carries on. That mindset carries on throughout your life, right? You don't view men as a priority. So you don't put a whole lot of importance on men. So honestly, when you don't put a whole lot of importance on men, you're not going to treat men all that well, right? You're not going to care. That's the thing. And a lot of women don't care, right? They don't care. So you see, because how they put effort into the dating, they don't care, right? They don't care about that man. They don't care about this particular man because you know what? On to the next one. That's their point of view. So you see, when they care about their career, they focus on that career. They put the effort in, right? They put that time and effort in when it comes to their career and their degree, right? It's not like, oh, let me just get rid of the career and move on to the next one. No, I'm going to focus on that and try to succeed. That's making a priority mindset.
Most people don't want to meet me at all. It really hurts.
我今年36岁，7岁37了。
I am 36 this year, and 37 in traditional age. These past 2 years I have been going on blind dates, on online platforms, with offline matchmakers, and with
2 years. You cared about, you prioritized a man in your later 30s. It's like, are you kidding me? Now like I said, right? Women like, oh, now, right? When you're almost hitting, your biological window. Now you start caring about a man. That mindset carries on. And it carries on how you treat men, right? How you treat men around you. You don't prioritize it. You don't think it's important. So you show men very little effort.
introductions from relatives and friends. I have gone on at least 50 or 60 blind dates, but none of them worked out. It's not that I don't like them, it's that they don't like me. Indeed, 50 or 60 blind dates mean there were 20 or 30 men, basically more than half of them were guys I could choose if I wanted to. But not a single one liked me, not one accepted me. Some of them had worse conditions than me, heavier burdens, even bringing 2 kids. I really don't know. The young men nowadays, especially divorced men or single men, why don't you want to get married? Many people say they want to find someone good, someone with good financial conditions, someone who doesn't rely on them in life or in material things. I want to ask, if she is that excellent, would she still be single? And your conditions don't even match, why are your requirements so high? I really don't understand today's society. Is it really so difficult for a divorced woman with a child to find a partner? I'm actually very excellent.
Now I will hold men accountable, right? I will say this, right? I will hold men accountable. If you have delusional expectations, you're foolish. If you are a man and you have delusional expectations, when honestly, who are you, right? When you're an average man or sometimes below average man, I will call you out for having delusional expectations.
Too. So why can't I find someone suitable?
突然发现大家都不谈恋爱不结婚了。
Today I suddenly realized that everyone is avoiding dating and marriage. After checking online, the responses were surprisingly consistent. A man said, when I got married back then, the wedding banquet cost 500,000 yuan, the bride price was 100,000 yuan, and the 5 golds cost 100,000 yuan. After 5 years of marriage, my wife spent 500,000 yuan of my money, and after the divorce, she even took 300,000 yuan from me. So what did marriage bring me? Looking at the comments, surprisingly consistent, debt. Another person said, before, when I did a small business, I could save 20,000 to 30,000 yuan a month. After getting a girlfriend, I couldn't even break even monthly. Later the shop went bankrupt, and the girlfriend instantly ran off with another guy. Now I earn 9,000 yuan a month, alone, and I can't even spend it all.
These past few years I have saved over 200,000 yuan. See? Everyone thinks that not dating and not getting married saves money. Is it really true? Another guy was even more straightforward. He showed his savings from being single for 7 years, one look and wow, a shining 8.29 million yuan. So is staying single really that cost-effective? Someone else said, young people should never touch these 3 things. Mortgages, car loans, and the third generation, or else it's hard to turn things around. Looks like marriage is really expensive.
She kind of explained why the last girl, right? Why certain men aren't crazy about it, right? She kind of explained it.
Friends, today I want to share with you an experience that made me angry and sad. Last Friday, our company had a group dinner. Our department gathered and chatted. While talking, the topic somehow turned to marriage. Our department head, a man in his early 50s, suddenly pointed at me and said, "Look at our Nana, such an excellent girl. If only she had married earlier, that would be great." I was shocked inside but still smiled politely. Unexpectedly, he continued, "You're already 39, right? If you don't hurry, it'll be hard to get married later." The colleagues around us instantly went silent. The atmosphere became awkward. I took a deep breath, ready to say something casually, but he went even further. He said, "If you ask me, a leftover woman your age should hurry and find someone just good enough to live with. At this age, if you still pick and choose, you'll regret it later." This sentence completely ignited my anger. I put down my wine glass and looked straight into his eyes. "Leader, may I ask whether you're concerned about my personal life or questioning my life choices?" He didn't expect me to say this and was stunned. I continued, "When did my marriage become something you can point fingers at? Do you think women at my age should just casually find someone and settle? Does your wife know you view marriage like this?" His face instantly turned red, and he tried to explain that he didn't mean that. I cut him off. "Then what do you mean? Do you think your position gives you the right to judge someone else's life? Let me be very clear. I'd rather stay."
Same thing with even Asian women, right? Leave them alone. I will say this, right? I will promote that too. I think at 38, 39, you might as well just stay single for the rest of your life, right? Particularly with women like this. Just stay single, right? I mean, if you are honestly happy you're single, just stay single. You don't want to settle. Again, I agree. Don't settle for a man. Don't settle, right? Don't find a man you could settle for, because honestly, being settled for would be a devastating thing. So don't do it.
Stay single forever than wrong myself by marrying just anyone. My life, my choices don't need anyone's guidance. The entire room went silent. I turned and left, leaving all the stunned colleagues behind. When I stepped out of the hotel, I realized my hands were slightly shaking, but I didn't regret it at all. At worst, they'll make things difficult for me on purpose, but there's nothing I can do. I'm just someone who expresses myself honestly. I'm so excellent, why should others criticize me? Friends, we have the right to pursue the life we want, don't we?
今天上午啊，有一位38岁的上海姑娘。Today in the morning, there was a 38-year-old Shanghai woman. This woman, standing at 1.65 meters, has a well-proportioned figure and her temperament is quite good. She is divorced and does not have a child. She also looks younger than people of the same age. She came to me, saying she wanted to find a partner. She didn't beat around the bush at all and first stated her dating requirements, saying to see if there was anyone suitable. If not, then she wouldn't waste time. She then listed 8 dating requirements in a row. After hearing them, I was a bit stunned. She said, within 5 years younger in age, at least 1.75 meters tall, with a master's degree or above, an annual income of no less than 500,000 yuan, doctors and civil servants are preferred, has a house in the city center, at least 130 square meters, and fully paid, preferably an only son, parents with Shanghai official family record, with pensions and savings. She added another sentence, saying he must have high emotional intelligence and know how to make a woman happy. After she finished listing these conditions, I felt like I didn't know where I was anymore. She also said that these requirements didn't all need to be met, as long as 6 of them were met at the same time, then a meeting could be arranged. Seeing someone daring enough to make such demands, I asked her in return, "What are your conditions? Do you have a house?" Then she said no, as long as the man has one. I then asked her if she had savings. She said yes, 20,000 yuan in cash plus a 90,000 yuan credit card limit. When she said this, I was speechless. Do you have a car? She said she had a second-hand commuter car. Do you have a degree? A correspondence bachelor's degree, and she is currently improving her education, preparing to take the entrance exam for an on-the-job master's degree. I then asked what her parents did for a living. She said they sold breakfast in a small town in her hometown. I then asked, do your parents have retirement pensions? She said they have rural cooperative medical insurance and pay for the highest tier, paying 1,000 yuan every year, and after turning 60, they can receive money. I then asked her, are you an only child? She said she had an elder brother and a younger sister who were already married. After I finished asking all these questions, I asked her the final one, with your conditions, where does your confidence come from? And you still want a man who meets your 6 requirements?
One is ego. A lot of women have, I think feminism has pushed women to be very egotistical. And it's like women think that they have a bit of attraction, right? They can attract men. They think that that means that they're valuable. They're not. Women all over the world, your attraction is just for sex, right? So beyond that, that's how you get a relationship, right? Beyond sex, that's what facilitates the relationship. When you're vapid, shallow, egotistical, well, that's not a relationship that makes.
Then she confidently said, my ex-husband was 6 years younger than me, had a house and a car, earned more than 500,000 yuan a year, had a respectable job, and his family background was excellent. Now that I'm looking for a marriage partner,
Then why is he your ex-husband? And it's crazy that 6 years younger than you. I mean, like, goddamn, man, these men must be desperate, right? Man, like he had all that, and he dated a woman that's 6 years older than him. It's like men are stupid all over the world. But it's like, why is he your ex-husband then?
again, he definitely can't be worse than my ex-husband. So I asked her, then why did you two still get divorced? She said her ex-husband didn't have enough emotional intelligence, so they divorced. I said, then it seems you haven't finished listing your conditions. So he still has to have high emotional intelligence and know how to coax people? To be honest, I really can't help you. This kind of man, well, I do happen to have such resources here, but if you were 25 or 26, in your prime, full of collagen, and with slightly higher emotional intelligence, mentally stable, then maybe I could help you. But look at yourself now, having none of the things you require, yet dreaming of a white knight, 1.80 meters tall, in his 20s, handsome and wealthy. Sister, lacking self-awareness, delusional thinking, is the most frightening. I really can't help you.
Delusional thinking is the most frightening. I like that. I like that. There's no, no, it's not worth it's not worth your self-respect. It's not, right? 100%. It is not.
Finally, this woman said, then I can lower my standards. If it doesn't work, meeting 5 conditions is also fine. This is what I said. If you really insist on your conditions, I won't stop you. You can directly drive your little second-hand car to a nursing home and reserve a bed.
Actually, I think those single mothers who have already been divorced should never stubbornly cling to those men who are the same age as you and also particularly outstanding in every way. After all, you yourself are also a divorced woman with a child. Can't you be a bit more realistic and grounded? When it comes to men who are the same age but have no money, you definitely look down on them. And when it comes to men who are the same age but have money, they will definitely prioritize choosing younger girls, and it won't.
Definitely won't be easy. And that's why sometimes I like watching the China stuff, because, you know, you could see that around the world, feminism is poisoning women around the world. So not just happening in America. That's for sure. What do you guys think? All right, guys, that is it for tonight. That is it for tonight. I love you guys, right? You guys are all amazing. I love you guys. Steve, I love you, my brother. I love you. Whiskey, you're amazing. I love you, my brother. Laughing Man, Big Bars, Red Door, Machiavelli. All right, I love you guys. I love you guys. Omni-Man was here. XY. I love you. I love you. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you everyone for being here. Anyone else? I think that's it. I think that is it. Yeah, you guys are amazing. I love you guys, right? Yeah. Liam, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. All right. Thank you for the love. Thank you for all the support. You guys are amazing. All right. Please check out my other videos. Please check out my other videos. If you guys could comment on them, if you guys could like them as well, that would be amazing, right? You guys are amazing. I love you guys, right? Thank you, my brothers. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Thank you for being here. All right.